All right, this is Kimbucho. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. This is a post-fight show. It's actually this is gonna be on open line, so anybody can join. Shout out to FUTV, Food TV in the chat, Baron Nivola, Chet Collins, JC, Langsbury. We have Warp Speed. Also we having here some rando, Pablo Picasso's, Baron Nivola, yeah, Skull Kid, Two Matador. All right, let's get this party started. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel with the algorithms. And you can also check out our Patreon. We're going to be posting more stuff in there. And yeah, you can super chat us. You know how it works. If you want to support the show via super chat. All right, let's get this party started. We have BDA in here. Let me just unmute BDA. You can jump in if you want. Guys, link in the description if you want to jump in. Also, link in the chat. So let's begin. So let's talk about what happened yesterday when the Benavidez fight. I don't know. Some people are like kind of going crazy a little bit, saying like, "Oh, you're giving credit to Benavidez now." I'm like, when didn't I give the guy credit? And you know, I criticize a guy when he needs to be criticized, and I give him credit when he deserves credit. And in this instance, you know, he deserves credit. He stopped a bigger guy. He showed a speed, even though he moved up in weight division, and he also had power. So I give him credit for that. But you know, when he couldn't stop Gvozdyk, I criticized him. When he didn't look that great against Morel, I criticized the guy. It's pretty much it. People think there's like you can't, praise Benavidez now because you didn't in the past. Like, no, I give the guy credit when he deserves credit, and I criticize him when he needs to be criticized. That's pretty much it. But now people are gonna get. Some people are gonna get mad when if I start saying, well, Zurdo looks extremely slow. My pick was Zurdo by decision, right? And then BDA showed me those small clips of one of these sparring matches that Zurdo and Benavidez had, and I said, holy shit, can I change my prediction? Because Zurdo was getting tagged so easily. It was clear that Benavidez was way faster, but not only was he faster, he was actually landing all these fucking shots. So, but I stuck with my prediction, and I got it wrong. But, it is what it is. We got to give Benavidez credit because, this was a pay-per-view. And lately, we've been having all these pay-per-view matches where the main events aren't that exciting. Shakur Stevenson, for example, he had this big fight with Teofimo Lopez. These were like 2 pound for pounders, right? That's how they were selling you this fight. And both of them, I criticize both fighters because both of them didn't deliver. It was an extremely boring performance by both fighters. And so that was a disappointment because it was a big fight. But this one, another big fight with 2 champions, actually delivered, especially we got to give credit to Zurdo because he came forward. He never stopped. He never back foot bitched or clinched or did something illegal to get out of the fight. I mean, the guy was there trying to do his thing. Maybe he should have moved his head a little bit more, but that's how he fights. At some point in Zurdo's corner, they told him, "Listen, forget about the crowd. You gotta take this guy into the later rounds." And Benavidez didn't really fucking listen to his corner. He kept doing what he was doing, just coming forward, taking all those shots, and eventually he got stopped. But it made for an exciting fight. So credit to both guys, actually. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. You didn't know he was slow before the fight? I knew he was slow before the fight, but not that slow. And I thought the power was going to be the difference. I thought Zurdo was going to be able to take a lot of these punches. And actually, I think Zurdo also thought he could take the punches. That's why he was coming forward without a care in the world until he started feeling those shots. He was getting hit so flush. The guy clearly thought he could fucking take those shots. It's ridiculous. Then he started to fight with a tighter guard, but it was too late.
By the way,
yeah.
Sorry. Can I just say about because you mentioned the fact that Zurdo's corner told him, "Hey man, you gotta stop. You gotta box. I actually think I understand why Zurdo decided to come forward because if he goes back, he's so slow and he's got good weaves and good pivots, but Durtu's low, number one, and he's got a non-existential, pretty much a non-existent guard. So if he would have gone back, I think it would have been the same thing. But at least going forward, he gave himself a puncher's chance, which always in hindsight wasn't there. But I understand why he decided to go forward, because that's the thing. A lot of these guys, other than Bivol, I don't see many people being able to defeat Benavidez off the back foot. And I'm talking under 200 pounds. And by the way, that's interesting, man, because I picked Benavidez to win. But I was thinking, well, maybe Zurdo's going to give him a tough fight. And then when people saw the size difference, some people actually started to switch it up and started saying, oh, I think Zurdo's got a chance. But nobody expected Benavidez to do what he did yesterday. And so now we're seeing things, certain reactions on social media that I never thought I'd see. For example, and this is, but anyway, this is what somebody posted on Discord. It's a tweet, okay? Somebody said, Benavidez beats everyone except one. He dismantles Bivol, Beterbiev, or Petaya. So he dismantles all those guys, buddy.
According to who?
Move him up to heavyweight. It's some guy on Twitter.
Okay.
Moving up to heavyweight, he says, he topples Fury, Aritama, Dubois, and Joshua. Only Usyk possesses the elite footwork, ironclad defense, and knockout power to slay the monster. So that's the tweet. And this is what happens after every fantastic performance. You only remember the fantastic performance. I would tell people this. If the Gvozdyk and Morel fights hadn't taken place yet, and we just saw what we saw from Benavidez last night, how many people would be picking Benavidez to just absolutely destroy Gvozdyk and Morel?
These people who are saying, "Oh, I picked Benavidez by stoppage." These are the same people that picked Benavidez by stoppage against everybody else, right? They picked him against Gvozdyk by stoppage. That didn't come. Then they picked Plant. They picked him against Morel. Then finally they got a stoppage against Yard. I mean, Yard. Seriously, this guy has already been stopped.
But I mean,
and now they think they know everything. Yeah.
Well, the position taken is kind of weird because they go, if you say, because it was a fantastic performance from Benavidez, but just what we're saying right now, that's going to piss some people off, and they're going to go, but you're saying that after this performance? But again, look at the facts. He couldn't stop Plant. He couldn't stop Gvozdyk. He couldn't stop Morel. Now, is that a thing of the always useful cliche of styles make fights? Maybe he had a bad night, which, he had 3 bad nights apparently in the last 3 years. But the thing is, people right now are getting overhyped. That's the thing. You can try to point to yesterday when I got a fantastic performance, because I don't think many people expected that. But you can't say now, you can say it, but you can't just go based off of yesterday. He does that to everybody, to Usyk. And you go, well, Usyk's a completely different. No, but that's what people said about Zurdo. Okay, but we're talking about different fighters now. And Fury's a 6 feet 8 inch tall guy. He was hurting Usyk, who's substantially bigger than Benavidez. So I'm thinking, okay, let's all just hold our horses, because this is what happens, and I hate to have to provide the same examples over and over. I remember when Spence dominated Mikey Garcia. That was the peak of Spence mania. And I'm referring to one of the last hype mania things we ever had, right? Spence beat little Mikey Garcia, a little short, fat, slower Mikey Garcia. I remember people, particularly people not some specific people in this chat right now, but I remember people coming to the chat and saying, Spence beats everybody. He beats Thurman, he beats Porter. Maybe Crawford has a chance, but even then, Spence just dog walks him, because Spence got that dog. He's a dog. And then what happened? He fights Porter and he goes life and death with him. So again, people are, for lack of a better term, living in the moment, or what do they call it? Prisoners of the moment. Right. And again, look, I understand why. It was a fantastic performance. I didn't see it coming. And I'm glad that there's a guy out there like Benavidez putting on shows. Because like you said, quite frankly, this year, although we have had some good type of action fights like Dalton Smith versus Matias, a lot of these, the other dudes, particularly Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, the big fights.
Yeah, that was a
popular one.
Stevenson versus Lopez was the big main event. And, I can appreciate and respect Stevenson's defensive work, but this is boxing. Hit and not get hit, not tap and not get hit.
Yep. Let me just read a super chat before I forget here. Mars Deckard, thank you for your super chat. He says the Ecuadorian Sasquatch was throwing 1-2 elbow combos. Zurdo should request to commission for no contest. Somebody posted something. I don't know if it's true that they're investigating the elbows. But listen, that's not. I don't think that's the reason why he won. I mean, he was just better than Zurdo. He was faster. Benavidez kept his power. And that's pretty much it. Zurdo looks slow as fuck. I mean, I know people are gonna think, "Oh, you're taking away credit." from Benavidez because you're saying that the Zurdo was slow, right? He was fucking slow, man. But again, Benavidez was better. He's just better, right? I give him all the credit in the world.
And you know what? Another interesting aspect of this was I had a question going to the fight. I said, is Benavidez's guard gonna hold up against a bigger guy? And although I saw that it wasn't, I mean, there were some times where Zurdo would just launch jabs that didn't even look hard, and they would break the guard. So yeah, that guard is not as ironclad or tight as it was at 175, but it's still pretty good, man, because he deflected most of what Ramirez was throwing. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Now people, again, this is the subject of this episode is who's pound for pound, right?
Yeah, just what's the new pound for pound list looking like?
Right.
I mean, Inoue won,
the
so
reason
he's
I bring
still
that
up there, and yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I bring that up is because Sobers is the one who came out yesterday and said he has Benavidez now number one pound for pound. And then I went on Twitter, as I mentioned last night, and some people also had Benavidez number one, and they're saying, you know, we're tired of these decision merchants, these guys with the ass style and the back foot bitches. We want to see somebody out there who goes in there and does some damage. And I'm thinking, the Zurdo fight, some people are going to, you know, I've already seen some people complain, yeah, but Zurdo sucked. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. Nobody really was. Some people were picking Benavidez because they were saying that Zurdo was slow. But I also saw a lot of people saying, hey, man, this guy's big. He's got some underrated power. Could get interesting. So I'm not saying that Zurdo was the best fighter ever in the world, but I am saying it's a solid win, considering the fact that Benavidez went up in such a drastic weight climb. And if he beats Opetaya, I dare say, yeah. I dare say you could just rocket him up pound for pound over. I mean, I know you could say, well, wait a minute, you're going to put him over Inoue and Usyk? Well, I mean, depends on how he beats Opetaya, right? And that's really the interesting key here. I've seen a lot of people bring this up vis-a-vis Opetaya. He does get tired a little bit down the stretch. Now, he didn't get tired against Glanton, even though Glanton was a strong guy putting a lot of pressure, but that was also mostly Glanton taking a beating for a while, for most of the time. He wasn't really hitting Opetaya with that much. Now, a guy that made him think, like Breedis, yeah, in both fights, the older guy, which was Breedis, ended up ending the fight stronger. So you can imagine what Benavidez could do, because he's younger than Breedis, and as we saw last night, his power carried up to 200 pounds. But again, the question then becomes, okay, you did a good job of blocking Zurdo's punches, but they're going to be coming faster, and I dare say heavier than Zurdo's, because let's face the facts. So Zurdo is heavy-handed, but he wasn't stopping guys at cruiserweight. Opetaya is.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting fight. Well, who knows if it happens, because Benavidez already said he summoned the Zuffa thing. So.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that. But before I forget, we had a predictions league where I'm going to announce the winner for that. So you had to predict a bunch of fights that took place on Saturday, and the winner was, I believe, Sargent. He won $10, I believe. Yes, Sargent. Shout out to Sargent. He got it right. And so check out our Discord. There's a section that's called Prediction League. So you can join the next Prediction League. We're not sure what the next fight is going to be, but I guess we're going to do another one. So join the Prediction League and get.
Can I just ask where?
Glory. Yes.
Oh, okay, I just saw it. It's on top of. I can curse on Sunday. Hold on. It's on top of. Hey, by the way, if I click my censor button, am I going to censor myself, or is it going to just go through?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's above the talk section.
Oh.
Above the talk section.
It worked.
There you go. It worked. Fantastic.
Yes. All right.
Congratulations to Sargent.
Yes, Sargent. Shout out to Sargent. He got it right. All right. So what's next here? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Zuffa thing. So, by the way, guys, this is an open line. So anybody can join. Huh? We already have Frank Bay. Frankie, if you want to jump in, say anything you want. I'm going to post the link in the chat again, guys.
Yo.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I'm just listening. I'm listening to all this BS BDA is saying. No, BDA, I get why people get upset, because it sounded like you were hating on Benny at the beginning. But I think, I get it now. It's just people, they're jumping to the conclusions he can beat Usyk now. But last night he was talking about 5 years. That's 5 years away. Look, I thought he would win, but I was impressed by the performance. I didn't think he would stop Zurdo Ramirez. I'm impressed. I think he's number 3 pound for pound.
Oh,
And by the way, Frank, who wouldn't be impressed, right?
Yeah.
And all I'm pointing out is a phenomenon because I was impressed yesterday. Yeah, I was highly impressed.
If you state it, you sound like a glazer, but I think it needs to be stated. I'm saying it. I was highly impressed. I'm just gonna say that because I didn't see that coming.
You're an astute student of all this. You know how it works. If you give a guy credit, you're a glazer, and if you don't, if you criticize a guy's performance, no matter how good he might have been, you're a hater somehow. So that's on par with the course there. That's part of the game. It like Mayweather always said, it's part of the territory. It comes with the territory. But what do you make of all of the? Because the hype thing is what I'm saying, Frank. Because this one dude said on Twitter that Benavidez beats Aitama. And I'm thinking, it wasn't that long ago that Aitama beat the crap out of Franklin, and everyone was picking him over everybody except Usyk. But now Benavidez goes up there and beats him. So you see how the hype works?
Yeah, no, I mean we're all in the same. I've said this before: ecosystem, ecosphere. Everybody eats off each other. This is an entirely this boxing, YouTube, Twitter, X, Instagram. This is a delicate ecosystem. Everybody eats off everybody, and I think it's good and bad. It's like human, society. We can all travel, but it creates pollution, and social media is pollution, and we need to sift through and find what the actual truth is as best as we
Sound
can.
like a Nazi. Like we need a final solution
or something.
Yeah, we need to exterminate.
Not the final solution. No, a lot of the X and hype is just pollution. It's people polluting the air with their hot takes and their because that elbow thing is circulating. It's like let's get to the bottom of it. I mean that's what I want to do.
Well, that's the point of these type of shows, particularly open lines, is we're supposed to be dialoguing and getting to the bottom of things.
That's what we're
but people tend to call you a hater or you're not giving enough credit. It's like, well, it's a fine line. I mean, I'm trying to do both. Well, if I'm being honest, I'm going to tell you. Go ahead.
No, some people are saying all of a sudden Canelo would have beaten Benavidez would have defeated Canelo. All of a sudden, but look at this performance and where were you when Benavidez went 12 rounds against Vosik, right? Where were you after the Morel fight? It seems like this fight actually got these people all riled up. And all of a sudden, whatever they said about Canelo and Benavidez, now they're right. They were right. But they don't really specify, what do you mean? You were right on what? About what? People are crazy. I don't even understand what the fuck they're saying. They're just, coming at me, for example. They go, I told you, Benavidez, told me what? And where were you last year, Yeah.
What's up, Matt Chad?
Long time no talk. Thank you for having me, fellas. What a performance. What a performance. For the last, however long I've been online, I said someone's had the most lethal hands. You could talk about footwork, distance, ring IQ, generalship. For hands, so it's all about throwing the hands. And David Benavidez, there's never been anybody at 200 pounds that has hands like Benavidez. He has cat twitch defense, the high guard. He has Mike Tyson in his locker room, Roy Jones, Thomas Hitman Hearn showing up. I mean, Madonna would be there. I think Madonna was there. And it's something to be held, for this violent sport, to see a throwback fighter, and he's ready to fight Jayo Pataya, Bivol Abaturbiev. He's been boxing his whole life. He as a fat kid on cocaine, sparring Triple G. He's a rock star. That's a Christian. That's with his dad. He's got his kid in his locker room. I don't know how you can't say, I don't know how you can discredit him. And that was one hell of a performance. There's only one El Monstro, and he's in America. He's not in Japan. He's not in Japan, fellas. David Benavidez is a throwback fighter, and I think as a boxing fan, we all have to appreciate that.
Absolutely. Because like we were saying, we're getting tired of this there was this hypnosis over boxing for a while where people actually think that being a counterpuncher and waiting for the other guy to throw first so that you can tap him and then get out of the way and not really take any risks, that is the epitome and the peak of boxing. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, it can take a good amount of skill to do that to a professional fighter. But I've always maintained that to come forward. Okay, somebody's playing around with their bottle caps.
Making lemonade. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. But if you're pressing again, particularly against a guy like Zurdo, because okay, like I said, Zurdo wasn't a one-punch knockout guy, but he was heavy-handed and he was bigger than Benavidez. I mean, think about that, fellas. Benavidez didn't go up there and by doing his way to a decision and moving and by doing against a bigger guy, he beat the crap out of the bigger guy.
Well, I copyrighted that.
I know. Well, I mean, I always give you credit for the but don't.
BDA, it's a beautiful thing because violence. We want to see. We're sick of that shit. But we're sick people here in the boxing community that loves violence. You know, we want to see fucking violence. We want to see hands thrown, punches and bunches. And his whole story with the cocaine, with the overweight, it's a beautiful story. It's overcoming the devil's dandruff. We're talking devil's dandruff this dude's overcome. He's overcome the weight scale, and he's overcome the weight. You know, he lost his shit on the weight class. He's been boxing his whole life, and nobody on the panel or listening can say anybody at that weight class has hands like David Benavidez. And no one can say it. Tell someone else that weight class that can throw fucking hands like Benavidez.
They're not hard. They're not hard workers like him. Like I said before this fight, that you see him at the gym and he's blitzing that bag at like full power. He's trying to get speed and power on it. You look at him train and then go look at a guy like Floyd or Shakur. They don't do that. They just go blink, blink. They just like touch the bag. They touch it, and so they bring that to the ring with them. That shitty, lazy style. It's not impressive.
Benavidez,
it's an amateur style.
Satan. He brings revelation to the game.
Well, he brings actual boxing. That's boxing.
It's demonic. He wants to kill or be killed. He's ready to die with his kid there. He's ready to kill the motherfucker. He's ready to die. And that's a sick motherfucker. That's highly skilled. Highly skilled. No, it's not pro boxing. It's an elite level. He is the face of boxing. He's the face of boxing. He's the face of America boxing. He's the baddest pound for pound fighter in the world. I think he's pound for pound number one. I have Benavidez number one pound for pound fighter on planet Earth. David Benavidez.
Okay. He fights in the way you're supposed to fight, right? Clean, effective punching, actual power punches. The guys like Shakur and the guys with the badoinks, that's not even real boxing. That's an amateur style. That's not even supposed to be allowed. So what we saw yesterday was real boxing. That's it. The guy came in there. He came for the kill. He beat his ass. I mean, we knew what he was going to do. He did fight intelligently. He didn't just rush right in. He blitzed him in spots, right? That's what he did. Exactly what I thought he was going to do. I was just shocked.
He beat him from pillar to post. He didn't beat him in spots. He beat him the minute the fucking bell rung. It was a beatdown. It was a beatdown.
Well, he blitzed him in spots. He didn't just come in there and just blow him out. He blitzed him a couple of times.
Because he's an intelligent fighter. It's a sweet science. David ain't just a blitzkrieg fucking throw your head down and throw like you're wishing for a Hail Mary pass. He's going in there intelligently breaking it down like Einstein breaking down the nuclear bomb, bro. This fucking El Monstro ain't playing, bro. He's the pound for pound face of boxing. He'll beat any fucking Eastern European, any fucking Japanese motherfucker. David Benavidez is the fucking pound for pound. Shout out to Mirage. Shout out to David Benavidez. There you go, motherfuckers. There you go. And Canelo made the right move not fighting him because Benavidez would have beat him to a fucking pulp. There you go.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's sort of like the what?
Well, I'll say, can I just say one thing? Shout out to David Benavidez, but fuck Mirage.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
it's interesting that.
I mean,
I agree. Mirage. I agree.
Mirage always picks Benavidez by stoppage, and when it doesn't come, he just disappears. Right now, he's here because he's Benavidez stopped Zurdo. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he didn't stop Morale. He didn't stop Vosik. He looked like shit against Vosik, in my opinion.
I've been with Benavidez, Butcho, for 5 years. I was arguing with fucking Johnny Boy and Mark Unrivaled about Benavidez being the most lethal pound-for-pound fighter in the world. I've been arguing this for fucking years.
You know, but we gotta see it to believe. I'm of the opinion that we gotta see it to believe it. You know, people are telling me, Shakur. No, we just saw it. We just saw it. That's why people are freaking out now, because we saw it against a bigger guy. That's why these people are freaking out and all riled up. But I mean, before that, there were signs. There were probably signs that he was
Canelo's sparring partner, the dude that he beat pillar to post. Like, I don't know if he stopped him, but he beat him up. Like, he's got M80s. What? He doesn't have dynamite. The Canelo's sparring partner.
It was sort of like it was.
Little bit. Can I spice it up a little bit?
Gypsy. Right. Tonight's not the show. Gypsy, tonight's not the show to have the Bluetooth on, because you're just gonna be talking over everybody because you won't be able to hear.
I'm just gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say one thing.
That was like, wow.
Benavidez knocks out Benavidez. I'm gonna say that right now. Benavidez knocks out Benavidez. Benavidez's name has not been mentioned by Benavidez long time. My God, he will not.
Is there a goat on the phone?
Joe Smith. It's a goat, greatest of all time. This greatest of all time. Fucking Joe Smith went 12 rounds with Zudo. How long did it last with Benavidez? 3 rounds. He will beat him, and people will.
All right. Gypsy, we got it. Okay, calm down. Just 2 seconds. Okay, we got it.
Okay, in case anybody missed it, because Fu missed it.
All right, Gypsy.
Fu missed it. What he's saying, Fu, is that I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he said Beterbiev beats Benavidez.
He said that, yes, 3 times. 4 times.
I think it's very unlikely.
He didn't say Beterbiev. He said Beterbiev.
They're all saying, I mean, look, those guys are towards the end of their careers. Like, Bival's like what is he, 34? He's like an old 34. Beterbiev, I mean, come on. He's a great puncher right now, but he's an older guy. This guy's going to blitz the fuck out of him, just like he just did to Zurdo.
Beterbiev is 41. Bivol is 35. He'll be 36 at the end of the year.
Whoa, he's already 35?
Yeah, he's 35 years old.
35, yeah.
35 years
He's coming off a back surgery, too, you know?
He's the same age as Canelo. Canelo's 35, will be 36 in July. Like, David's in perfect position to beat these guys. He can beat these guys because they, number one, they're getting older. He's an electrifying fighter. And so he has the style to like overwhelm these guys now. He could beat them now.
He needs to stop having loyalty to the shitty sanctioning body. Because I heard today, I read this thing about.
Could have beat him then. Today, he could beat him now. The only fight that Benavidez needs is Opataya. Opataya is the only fight. The best fight in boxing world is Opataya. Because Benavidez beats Bivol. He already sparred Bivol, and Bivol was smoking cigarettes after fucking Benavidez beat his fucking socks off. Benavidez beat Bivol up, and sparring is sparring. But Benavidez beats the fuck out of Bivol. He beats the fuck out of Beterbiev. He beats him up then. He beats him up now. He beat him up whenever the fuck you want to beat him up. He'll beat him up whatever fucking time. Opataya is the only fight that Benavidez needs is Opataya. That's the fight. That's the number one fight in the world. That's the number one fight in the world.
Match. Let somebody else.
I'm trying to see the variables here, not just kiss this guy's ass, right?
Matt guy, listen. Remember, Bivol lost sparring fights against Zudo Ramirez, and he schooled him in a real fight. Okay, so that doesn't. Now, I think Benavidez can more likely beat guys like Bivol. And even Beterbiev. I still think they're really dangerous fights. Opataya is another dangerous fight. To me, that's a 50-50 fight.
That's the best fight in the world right now.
I mean, if they can make it happen, I think it'll be one of the best fights that they can make.
That's what I was going to bring up that I read today. I actually saw a video where Benavidez was saying that he didn't want to work with Zuffa. that he doesn't want to fight for the Zuffa belt, and I just think that's ridiculous. Like, he's holding some like loyalty towards PBC and these sanctioning bodies. I mean, the guy's the biggest idiot ever. Like that. Look, the sanctioning bodies.
Check out his bank account. Check out his bank account. I don't think he's fucking. I think he's moving like a brilliant motherfucker. He's fucking
he's really not.
He's got telephone numbers. Look, he is.
He's almost 30 years old. These sanctioning bodies
check out his bank account. I don't like the pocket watch.
Dude, I didn't even get to my point.
Let's get to his point, man. Please go ahead.
So look, this guy over here, the sanctioned by that guy Suleiman, he didn't even get Canelo in the ring. Right? He couldn't get. Now Canelo could choose, I guess he could choose if he wanted to fight him or not, but they didn't give him any penalties. Right? He was able to keep those titles. So why is he over here like with this loyalty towards the sanctioned bodies? It makes no sense, because he says he doesn't want to go over there and fight for that Zuffa title. Like, why not? I don't get it. So this Opataya fight might not happen because the guy's at Zuffa.
Well, he already said, right? Benavidez said that he's not going to go over there.
That's
Opataya made a mistake.
Like, why not? But he did. Come in.
Turkey comes in.
That's it, dude. Look, that's his loyalty towards these sanctioning bodies. They have no right to stop that fight. The Zuffa lets guys fight even with their titles. They're the ones that stripped Opataya. Zuffa was totally fine with him fighting with those belts in the organization. Remember, they stripped him right before that fight?
Yeah. Gypsy, we can barely hear you, man. Gypsy, we can barely hear you. You sound like shit, man.
I know.
Gypsy, you sound like fucking shit.
So what I'm saying, hopefully Benavidez says, "Fuck these guys. You didn't give me the fight when I deserved it. You didn't want to give me that fight with Canelo, and then you gave him no penalties. So I'm gonna drop all your shitty titles. I'm gonna go to Zuffa for a big load of money.
Why would he do that?
Because he's gonna go fight the top. Because he's gonna go fight the top cruiserweight in the world and legitimize their title. No one's shilling. Everyone's shitting on Zuffa.
Keep doing it every time.
Calm down. No one's shilling, bro.
No, it's not a communist.
No one gives a fuck about these sanctioning bodies. They let Canelo duck this guy. They robbed us, and then they let Crawford go up in weight and have this 160. No. They put Berlanga. Yeah, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
You're just shilling for Zuffa. Just try to have a.
You're trolling. You're trolling for trash sanctioning bodies.
You have a balanced view of it.
No, because you're not even listening. You like hearing yourself talk.
Let's clear the waters.
You want to hear yourself talk.
Okay, explain yourself, because maybe people.
What I'm saying is, look, these sanctioning bodies, dude, look, these sanctioning bodies have been destroying boxing for decades now. So what they need to do is say, I don't give a shit about your belt. Like, look, these guys let Crawford jump the line and fight Canelo. And so we're supposed to respect these titles? That was a joke. There was all these other guys at 168 that should have been fighting Canelo, not Crawford, right? And then Canelo's ducking this guy, Benavidez, and they let him duck. Like, come on.
I agree with what we're saying to an extent, right? These sanctioning belts, they don't really honor their system, right? They go by who's the champion and what favors them and who's popular. They don't really honor the merit system. But I will say this: can you show us your bank account, Full TV? I mean, are you getting paid by Zuffa? Be honest.
And no one's getting paid by Zuffa. But look, we want the Opataya fight. Look at cruiserweight. No, look at cruiserweight. Who's the fight you want to see with Benavidez? What's the fight to make? It's the Opataya fight. So if he needs to drop those titles, these little garbage titles, those trinkets he's holding, then drop them and then go fight Opataya.
Why would he have to? That don't make no sense.
Because the sanctioned bodies, are going to strip him, and he knows that. Also, he has loyalty to Suleiman, and I don't know why he does. Because that guy over there,
the promoters pay them. They get paid from the networks through the promoters and through those belts. Do you not understand that?
Dude, he's being stupid. He also has loyalty to PBC.
Do you not understand that? That's how it actually works, though.
Dude, he has loyalty to PBC.
Just let me ask you.
Do you not understand?
That's how it works.
Do you not understand that PBC has robbed? PBC is robbing all these guys. Why would he be loyal to them?
Offer him $50 million to make the fight. Then, like, just let that happen. If they got all this bankroll, like you claim,
they might do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They might do it, man.
They might do it because
go ahead, BDA.
Well, yeah, just real quick. I mean, I understand Frank's point that the belts matter, and that's why they all depend on it. The TV networks depend on the championships because, well, hold on. Yeah. The networks depend on championships because that way they can put on championship fights and attract more viewers. Yeah. The managers and promoters, same thing. The fighters, of course, they're hypnotized and they still talk about the lineage of the title. But I also understand Fu's point that, yeah, look, if Benavidez was indeed screwed over by the WBC, because that's the excuse, right? Oh, they never made Canelo fight me. Then why would you be loyal to these people? Why would you be loyal to the WBC?
Yeah, that makes no sense. So, like, why? I know why.
In the last couple of months, but real quick, in the last couple of months,
being loyal to them. I know why he's being loyal to them because he's being loyal to them because he's the next man up, right? If you look at the landscape of boxing, and then you look at in terms of like who has the potentials of like being the face of boxing, Benavidez looks like the guy that can do that. I'm not saying he will, but he looks like he's next in line. He's the perfect age. He's 29. All his counterparts that he can fight are aging. He can beat these guys. So he's the guy that they can make a lot of money. So best believe you be shooting on it, right?
But that's what I was saying, recognize, because Matt Chad was saying that he's the face of boxing. I don't think he's the face of boxing yet, because if he was the face of boxing, he could dump the belts. Look, the belts in the last couple of months, now more than ever, we've seen how surreptitious they can be with their fuckery. I mean, these people have no shame. They gave Nakatani $100,000 ring. Like, these fuckers are still out there, making up these little shield belts and trinkets and remember they had the towel, the WBC towel belt. Remember that they had like a towel belt to give to the trainer of the year or something. Like, we used to call it the WBC comrade. I mean, again, I understand the point that the belts do matter for the fighters, but to a certain extent, man, these people will just bend you over, spread your cheeks on them.
PDA, but that's been going on forever, right? With the bending over. You know what I mean?
Want it to change.
I'm not talking face of boxing. I'm talking about, like, if you're going into a ring walk, right? And you got Iron Mike Tyson with you. You got Roy Jones Jr. backstage. You got a lot. This dude was sparring with Triple G. He was doing an 8-ball of coke. Yeah. He was fat and he was beating. This dude beat up a lot of people, all messed up. And his story is about boxing. And when you turn on the tube, you fall asleep with a lot of these fighters. Well, there's a David Benavidez fight. You're bringing fucking violence at a highest level, BDA. I'm talking elite level. I'm talking pound for pound, the most lethal hands as a man at 200 pounds, which I seen last night. I've never in my life, BDA, and I have no dog in the fight, I've never seen anybody be able to throw punches like that in my life, BDA. And when it's a fight.
I get your point. I was impressed too, but hold on. I get your point. I was impressed too, but I was talking about the business aspect of him. Not like Fu's making a great point. Why would you get in bed with the people that effed you over? And now you're saying, well, now I'm gonna.
Can I counter that?
Because no, you can't counter. I'm in the middle of talking. You're not gonna start interrupting right off the bat. Are you? No, please.
Come on, y'all still mad?
Hit the like.
You got children, man. You should set a good example to your kids.
Wait. Give me a second now.
Yeah. No, but you know what? No, but look, I mean, that's a great point because, by the way, there's always that saying, don't get it, why would you trust someone who betrays another person? He's coming over to your team, right? Well, it's a similar thing with the WBC. How do you know they're not going to screw you again?
And PBC, he's loyal to Al Heyman, who just robbed his biggest buddy.
Well, right? I think Benavidez believes that he's now the new Canelo, so he's gonna get all the favors and all of that. I mean, I think he took
how much money PBC
they're gonna rob him blind,
Canelo likes Heyman. What are you talking about? And I heard Paulie Malignaggi.
And why is he with Turkey then?
Listen, I heard Paulie Malignaggi talking about this, and he pretty much went in and said, hey, look, guys, you guys hate Heyman, and I'm telling you firsthand, he takes care of you.
Canelo loves money.
Now it's on the fight. Now it's on. Okay, but it's on the fighter. Like if Floyd, it's his fault. He blew his money. It's Floyd's fault. Like that's on the fighter. That's why he's having money issues. But a lot of PBC fighters, fighters, they are happy. They don't have nothing. I like
Adrian Broner. Dude, look, Adrian Broner right now. But it's not true because look, Adrian Broner right now Look at him.
That's Broner's fault.
He's a YouTuber now.
It is
Broner's fault, bro.
Dude, they robbed him.
If you think it's it's not Broner's fault, it's Heyman's fault. Dude, Broner's a clown, dude. He blew his money. Broner blew his money.
Great fucking fight. 2 monsters fighting.
So,
talking about
some of these guys were fighting once a year. Some of these guys were fighting once a year.
I don't like Al Heyman.
Some of these guys were fighting once a year, and that's because of the PBC.
Dude.
So I think they mismanage a lot of careers. When it comes to the money, I don't know. You know, I'm not looking at how much they're getting paid. No, none of us know
but they're all broke,
really what happened, to be honest, when it comes to like the paying. How much they got paid.
Let me say that about the Malignaggi thing. About the Malignaggi thing, he said, I saw that comment where somebody left a comment saying, "Hey man, you didn't have a problem with them, but now you have a problem with Zuffa." And Malignaggi said, "You don't get it. Al Heyman used to overpay us. So what the fuck are you talking about?" And I'm thinking, well, when was that, the overpaying? You would have to assume that was in the beginning of the PBC when they had that Waddle and Reed money and they were just spreading around. But like Butcher said, what happened in the last 4 years? How many careers have been mismanaged? You know, Errol Spence was recently. They did the press conference.
Destroyed.
They did the press conference. They did the press conference for the team Zuffa. Please let me finish, guys. Please let me finish. Team Zoo and Errol Spence just had the press conference. And Errol Spence was complaining about Jermell Charlo, saying, "Oh, you know that dude's not a star. He's always been jealous of me being a star. If he wants a PBC fight, he can get it. If I come out of retirement, I say I want to fight, they'll give it to me." And I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's it with Spence? Oh, I want to fight, they just give it to you? What about Caleb Plant? What about Jermell Charlo? What about Stephen Fulton? And I can name a whole bunch of other people that were left on the sidelines. Yeah, maybe in the beginning it was all sweet and you know, the honeymoon period. But then a lot of, like Butcher said, a lot of these careers ended up getting killed. Now I'm done.
100%. 100% PDA. 100%.
It's just stupid that this guy trusts them. He's crazy. Look, this guy's getting sued for hundreds of millions of dollars right now.
Errol Spence had a fight. He's got a fight with Tim Zoo. It's announced. And PBC didn't even have a stream about it. You know what I mean?
No,
There's
they
no
had a press
promotion.
event. There was a press event.
I'm saying I watched it live and I didn't see PBC live with it. Like there's no promotion with Errol Spence like that they're done. They're done. And people talk about their demise.
Yeah, but I think they cashed out on Errol Spence. Errol Spence made his money. Find me, anybody could correct me if I'm about this. Didn't he get like a fucking $20 million payday to fight Errol Spence? Wasn't it something to that effect?
Who did?
Yes.
Who?
Errol Spence.
Well, the silver lining in all of this.
The Crawford fight?
Crawford.
Hey guys, the silver lining in all of this is that it's because of Zuffa. Last night, I'm seeing Oscar ringside. I'm seeing he's mingling with PBC people. A Top Rank is involved. The good thing about Zuffa. And yeah, I don't like the PBC. I agree with everything you guys are saying, but I will say they do take care of a handful of guys, and Benavidez is one of them. But they're all working together, so what does it matter? What does it matter?
We don't. I don't like this. I don't want this kind of
like not a big deal.
I don't want. Yeah, I despise boxing's structure.
I feel so good. Dude. I feel so good seeing all these guys together under one umbrella. Finally, and it took Zuffa threatening all of them, and that's what it needed.
That's what competition. That's what it does.
Now they're all working together.
Yeah,
I wanted to say this one thing real quick. Let me just say this. I think the WBC, what they do is they see what's happening, right? And they're lining themselves up with the next. They're trying to line themselves up with the next cash cow, and that could be very intriguing for a guy like Benavidez, who dealt with the WBC, probably idolized growing up, saying I want to be a WBC champion, and now he sees that they're lining up behind him and they're in favor of him. And so it's kind of hard to give that up. Yeah. So, there's potential of him becoming the cash cow.
The belts don't matter until they matter. Like, it's a hate-love relationship. You need them to a certain degree. You know what I mean? So
what I'm saying is that the WBC is doing business as always. Yeah. They see the writing on the wall. Mm-hmm. It looks like Benavidez could be a big player in years to come.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
So, but I think they're going to give him all the perks that he wants. They're going to give him all the perks.
I think he should negotiate. He should negotiate with Turkey or with Zuffa, I think, to get a huge sum of money for a multi-fight contract, and then take those titles and put them right in the garbage because they don't mean anything. They should pay him a little extra to put those titles in the trash.
All right,
Like, I saw Montero.
guys, I need to read a super chat just quickly before we continue because I'm going to forget. Rafael Garza Jr., thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate it. He says, thank you, Mr. BDA, for not allowing the panelists to interrupt you because I am here to listen to you, Pucho, and recognize the panelists are the Robins. All right, we really appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to keep this civilized so, people can, because, people listen to this while they're doing other stuff. Yes, all right, go ahead.
Oh, come on.
Go ahead.
No, but the thing I want to say is that he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. I saw Montero, that guy Montero boxing, and I like the guy. But he's like, when he said, he doesn't want to fight Opataya, now he's ducking. See, these fighters don't want to fight anybody. I'm like, okay, well, he's saying he wants to fight Bivol and Beterbiev and Canelo. So if he says he wants to fight Opataya next, they're gonna be like, he doesn't want to fight Bivol. I thought he wanted to fight Bivol. So he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. He has scalps to collect at 175. He looks small in there, so I think compared to Zurdo, so I think he will drop down, and I want to see him get those scalps. And I don't want to hear nobody say Canelo's too small because Bud went up 2 weight classes to whoop his ass, and Benavidez wants to fight him at 175. And guess what? Canelo fought 2 times at 175. So why would he have a problem with going up again? He fought Kovalev at 175. He fought Chavez Jr. at 175. But now he's too small. I don't want to hear that shit.
Well, let's get these guys going. Well, can I say something about? Can I say something? Canelo's too small for 168. How about that? I mean, the guy has been.
Oh God, no, dude, no. If you fight at 175 twice,
I mean,
no.
But what I'm saying is,
I don't care too much for it.
I mean, I don't want to see the fight, but like Canelo 168 was always small.
I want to see the Opataya fight.
It will be huge,
but
bro.
Of course, he fought.
I want to see the Opataya fight. And I
don't think people.
I mean, look, Opataya. He's at cruiserweight right now. He should be fighting Opataya. That other shit could wait.
By the way, people always said like, "Oh no, Canelo. There's no Benavidez is not bigger than Canelo or something like that." Well, I mean, Benavidez just went up to cruiserweight and beat up on Zurdo Ramirez.
Let me just say something because I mean, look, he sorry about that. Look, he was fat as hell. We know that. I mean, look, Canelo's too small for Benavidez. He's too old for Benavidez. I mean, the guy I saw yesterday would destroy Canelo.
He's not washed
He's
up.
26, bro. Canelo just posted that he went to some lab. He went to some laboratory and he said he got a test done. And my body, I'm like physically, the test said, I'm 26, and he's putting it out there.
So what? That's what. Southpaw.
Benavidez is going to beat the fuck out of Wilder.
Nobody cares about a fucking
Canelo.
Guys,
Canelo did the same thing when Canelo jumped up to fight Kovalev.
Do you believe Trump when he said like his physical test came out and he's like in tip-top shape? Like seriously?
Did he really say that?
There you go,
come on, that's what I'm saying. So nobody cares. So Canelo can say whatever he wants. Canelo can say whatever he wants. If you want to believe it, that's on you.
Okay, well, when Canelo went to 175 to fight Kovalev, it was like kind of like a one-off. So he's like, I'm going to go there, collect that scout, and come back down. Benavidez last night did the same shit Canelo did. I'm just going to go up here, collect the scalp, and I'm going to drop down and go after these guys. He did the same thing Canelo did. And you guys are, he needs to fight. And you guys are criticizing it.
He's at the end of his career.
Canelo did the same shit.
Look, when it comes to legacy,
Look, he needs to fight Beterbiev and quit ducking Beterbiev. It's been a long time coming. That ass whooping needs to be commenced.
Why does people keep bypassing the fucking Opataya fight? Talk about Beterbiev and Canelo and all this. He's a cruiserweight. Just talk about Opataya. That's the fight he should be having. That's the only fight he should be having right now.
It's like Bud Canelo. When everybody's like, Bud's too small.
Opataya called him out.
All right, guys.
Opataya called him out. Right? I'm just saying, Opataya called him out. That's the guy he should be fighting next.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
Order in the court. I don't think they want to talk about Opataya because Benavidez doesn't want to fight Opataya. Apparently, he said like, I'm not going over there. Like some excuses.
Yeah, the Zuffa shit.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look. So they want to. So they want to fight Canelo.
That's the loyalty
make
I was
that
talking
fight.
about.
Canelo doesn't make excuses, but he makes excuses.
But Canelo has to.
You know.
Let fucking Bucho talk. He's fucking talking. Shut the fuck up and let Bucho talk.
Calm down, dude. You're talking over everybody. Come on.
What was I was saying about? I forgot what the fuck I was saying now. Go ahead.
You were saying that Opataya. You were saying that Opataya already. I mean, excuse me. You said Benavidez is already saying he doesn't want to fight over at Zuffa.
Yeah, well, even his father said like Opataya needs 4 more years or some shit like that. So I don't think they want they don't want that fight. This Zuffa thing is just an excuse, in my opinion. The plan is for him to move back down in weight, obviously, and then maybe get a Canelo fight.
I think that's the loyalty.
They're still hoping
That was the
for
loyalty I was talking about. That whole thing about the Zuffa not wanting to fight a Zuffa. They were buzzing in his ear. I think that's what that was. Because remember, I have a video. Dude, look, I have a video. What?
Get his sweet behind.
Can I just make Gypsy, I'm telling you.
B-ball. He's going to be the first guy to stop and beat B-ball.
Gypsy. We can't hear you, and you can't hear us. So please get your situation straight now, and then you can talk. Because right now, other than that, it's disrupting the show, and we already have a lot of people on the panel who want to talk. So it just makes it more disruptive.
I'm going to give him one more advice. If you're outside, take your phone off Wi-Fi and do not get off that Bluetooth.
Yeah, that Bluetooth is shit. All right, somebody else now.
Yeah, it's garbage.
And BDA, listen to fucking recognize the matrix. This dude is a high level, high IQ user. And when he's saying, just listen to him, Gypsy. Because, shout out to BDA. Everybody hit the like.
Don't forget to hit the like button.
All right. So,
Well,
yes, go ahead.
Well, the Zuffa thing is the loyalty I was talking about. I think somebody was in his ear, and he's their little trinket, so they want to hold on to him. These sanctioning bodies.
That's what I'm saying.
And he should just say, you know, I'm going to get a big chunk of money, and I'm going to fight the best guy at cruiserweight, and that's it. And if he goes there, he gets a Zuffa title. That's just, you know, a little cherry on top.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Well, what's the bigger fight? Benavidez versus Bivol or Benavidez versus Opetaya?
Opetaya.
What?
Yeah. I'll tell you why. Because I think because Zuffa's okay. Hold on.
The guy that whooped Canelo.
Southpaw, maybe.
The guy that whooped Canelo and beat Benavidez.
Hold on.
He's a little guy. It's not a bigger.
Southpaw, maybe.
The guy beat a little guy.
Southpaw, maybe 2 years. Maybe 2 years ago you would have been right, or 3 years. I don't know when he fought Canelo, but it seems like people have forgotten about that Bivol Canelo fight. It was such a long time ago.
No, they haven't.
They haven't. And I tell you what, Zuffa is backing up Bivol. Zuffa is behind Opetaya now. So Opetaya, I think, has the advantage here right now in terms of popularity. They're gonna really push this for this fight.
You know why he? Eddie said he cannot move the needle. That's why he let him go, and that's the reason he's in Zuffa, because for some weird reason he can't even sell in his home country. So you're telling me the guy that beat Canelo, the guy that beat Beterbiev, who's undefeated still at the man at 175, is not somehow Opetaya is a bigger fight than fighting that guy? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because listen,
get the fuck out of here.
If he's not selling, it's because he's being promoted incorrectly, in my opinion. And this happens with a lot of boxing.
I mean, even his own promoters in his home country said for some weird reason, he just doesn't connect with the people there.
What would it be that would I don't know. I don't understand. Like, it has to be a promotional issue. It has to be a promotional because
like, why is he going
it's not the way he fights. Or do you think it's the way he fights that's hindering him or like stopping him from?
No, he's a fun fighter. I don't know what it is, but like,
it has to be by deduction. I mean, but we have to say it's a promotional entity that's doing an incorrect job at this point, because he's not boring in the ring. We just established that. So what the fuck is it? You know. But you know.
Let me make one more point.
Yes.
One more point, and this is not against anybody's points, but another thing that these guys tactically might be saying is like, dude, we're all working together. You have Zuffa that's threatening us. So we're gonna freeze them out. We're all gonna make the fights together finally, and fuck Zuffa. Like we're gonna let them do their own little thing, and they're gonna crash and burn, and we're gonna make all our fights because we have more fighters, we have the more names. So give bone to Zuffa. That's
you're breaking up. That
doesn't make sense.
Okay, but we get the point. That man. Hopefully they do that. Hopefully they come together.
The bone. I mean.
All right, is he breaking up for you guys as well? Is it me?
I mean, I want him to rush Zuffa. Sorry, I'm on the highway, but I want him to crush Zuffa.
All right, we get it. We get the point. Well, listen, I don't care who wins. I just want to see the best fight the best. You know, if Zuffa is going to provide me that with what I want, then I'm going to go for Zuffa. If they don't, then fuck them. You know. Yeah.
I think Zuffa is a great change. We need like a league-like system where these guys can't just duck, and if they fight like a little bitch, they need to be cut. That's how it should be. Boxing is just, and I hate the fact that these promoters get these guys and they make them fight like fucking 30 jobbers, right? I mean, they insult the intelligence of the fans all the time. I don't want to see a guy have 30 fights versus 30 jobbers, because you want to milk this guy and make him out to be more than what he is. And then he has 150-50 and he looks like hot dog shit, right? We've seen it so many times.
Every fighter is different, right?
Nah, I've seen it so many times.
guys.
I don't want to see it anymore. And these guys, I mean, dude, these fights, they marinate for fucking like a decade. It's terrible.
We got Furioso. Furioso wants to say something.
I mean,
Furioso, go ahead.
Salute everyone, guys. Salute everyone.
What's up?
Definitely like. Can I just ask you guys? Can you guys help me understand why Jai is the fight to have for Benavidez? Well, the reasons.
He's considered the top cruiserweight right now. As far as I know, like the top one. The guy who.
What about the Russian guys, though? The Russian guys, those Russians.
Furioso. In my opinion, I don't mind the Opataya fight, but if he wants that big legacy fight, you know, he kind of left the light heavyweight division incomplete, just like he did. Now, I don't think it was his fault. Just like he did at 168, he never got that big fight. So he's going to be doing two-weight division that he went by without getting that big fight, that big signature win. So if he stays at cruiserweight, he's got to fight Jai Opataya. But to me, if you want
cruiserweight's a dead division too. That's only one fight in that division. He can go to 175, and there's plenty of fights.
I didn't realize that he's just made the Hall of Fame just with this win. He's stamped. And I thought he had to beat the Russians. Hold on a minute. I thought he had to beat the Russians to get Hall of Fame, but he's Hall of Fame because he just broke a record, hasn't he? He's like
regardless, super middleweight, like heavyweight, cruiserweight, never been done.
Yeah, so he's just broke a record, so he's in the Hall of Fame, so that he is straight away. But he does need to fight the Russians. Jai Opataya, all he's got is the belt. And it's obviously a unification, whatever. But in terms of who knows him, who he is, nobody knows Jai Opataya. The only person who knows who Jai Opataya is Kangaroo Carl from Australia. Yeah? And us on here on the panel now. No one knows Jai Opataya. He ain't no legacy. All he's got is a belt. He's just a little stepping stone, so to speak. The guys who hold the weight, the heritage, is those two Russian guys. If Benavidez starts beating up on those guys, regardless of the age, injuries, whatever, he starts getting mentioned in the all time of certainly millennium. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Listen, okay.
I mean, Jai is the top guy at WBC cruiserweight guy.
If Benavidez goes back down to 175, then he needs to fight these guys. If he goes back down to 175 and doesn't fight anybody, I'm gonna be disappointed because that could happen. You know,
he's gonna make it happen.
He goes back down to 175, and I can't. They're avoiding me. They're docking me. They're this and that, and he ends up fighting some random guy. That could happen, man.
Yeah.
I don't think it will because this is a coming out party for him. He made waves. Last night was big, bro. Like that was a killer performance. I've never seen him that fast. So now, like you can't avoid him because he's like this guy's hot now. Now you can't avoid him because it makes too much sense.
Like BDA said, that's why we said about Spence Jr. after he beat Kell Brook. Remember the coming out party and what happened?
Yeah.
That should drag. This
was, you know, this performance was sort of like when Manny Pacquiao went up and fought Margarito. It was that kind of level, right? He fought this big guy.
It was historic.
Completely destroyed
him. They need to keep the momentum going, though. They need to keep. We all agree on this. Yes, the momentum has to. Now, will it happen? Who knows? Because these people are incompetent. These promoters, these managers.
That's my problem. You know, that's what you'll see once they get.
Russians. You got to take off to them Russians.
System, right?
Benavidez, hey guys, Benavidez beats both the Russians. I was his arse.
Compare more with.
I used to
look, going to what Bucho said, to keep that momentum, he has to fight Opataya next.
Right? This is the thing. He could fight Bivol, man, or somebody.
Anyway.
Yeah, but Bivol's like, he's going to go back down and weight. It doesn't have the same.
That's the thing.
It doesn't have the same. It's not going to have the same effect because they're going to see him now as a guy, as a cruiserweight coming down. Oh, well, you were bigger than him. That's what they're going to say. I think a lot of people will say that. Oh, you're a cruiserweight.
Opataya easy anyway.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, Opataya, I think that's really meaningful.
Opataya fans are hype. I get it. I've been there. We all get hype with the fight. He's going to get beat up. Even worse than Zurdo, actually. He will get beat up even worse than Zurdo in 6. Telling it now.
Yeah.
There you go. That's my prediction in 6.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, let's make it happen.
But he's not.
I mean, look, if he could get Bivol, then yeah, that'd be cool. But it doesn't look like Bivol even wants to fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I want him to beat up on them 2 Russians.
He already ducked Benavidez, but now it might be. Now, like I said, Benavidez is hot right now, so they're gonna force it. Because who else is Bivol gonna fight that's gonna make that kind of money, that kind of attention? What Bivol does is we know him, but I mean, who's he gonna fight there to get a big fight? You know, he's not gonna fight Beterbiev again. He doesn't want to fight him.
Yeah. But I think what Butcher said is that's the key to all this. They just got to keep that momentum going. And if they give him some bums, they're going to hit a roadblock. It's going to be a big problem for him. I mean, I think right now it is the era of Benavidez. I think he has a potential to be one of the biggest stars, if not the biggest star in boxing.
But you compared it to a Pacquiao fight, right? You compared it. Yeah. Sorry, he compared it to a Pacquiao fight, but I would say this is more like Pacquiao Hatton. Remember when Pacquiao went up and holy shit, he blitzed Hatton, and that was his coming.
I mean, like a guy going up in weight.
Yeah, no, okay, we get that. Yeah, going back is different. But when it comes to that comparison with Pacquiao, yes, he destroyed Hatton, and I believe he fought Cotto right after, right?
Yeah.
And so big fight.
Yeah.
I mean, the momentum.
A lot of momentum.
Here, the thing with Benavidez, my fear is that they start thinking that they have a superstar in their hands and he can fight anybody and people are going to show up. And so, in his next fight, he's going to fight like a mid-tier type of level boxer, because they think, it doesn't matter who he fights. He's going to stop him. It doesn't matter. People are going to show up. No, you got to continue on this, again, the momentum.
Yeah, that was Manny's thing, right? Manny would have.
That's what they do.
Well, look, Manny would fight like, he would fight guy after guy after guy, and everyone's picking the other guy to beat him. He was never like the favorite till later on in his career. And that's what Benavidez needs. Like Opataya is like a 50-50. Most people would see that as a very dangerous fight. So that's really what you got to do.
Tune-ups. He's not going to take tune-ups anyway, Benavidez. Like you say, he's on a roll now, and it's it's momentum. He's going to take either of those. Going. These next fights will be either the 2 Russians or Jai. Those 3.
And his handlers know that they got to hurry up and do it now because of his weight. Like he's going to struggle to make 175. They're like, we got to make this now.
And either of those 3 guys, you'd be happy with, wouldn't you? Even if it, the giant.
I want to see better. I want to see Bivol and Canelo. I think by the time he gets his hand on Beterbiev, I think Beterbiev is going to be too old and broken. I want to see Bivol then Canelo. If he could beat Bivol and dominate, I think he's going to knock Bivol out. Canelo's going to be in the corner. He's like going to have to. Yeah. He's going to have to face him.
Benavidez. Don't put Canelo in front of Benavidez. You'll get fucking. You'll get put in hospital.
Yeah, Canelo knows what to. Yeah, Canelo's not going to do that.
Benavidez will put Canelo in hospital. Yeah. That is my opinion. Yeah.
I mean, if he fights the way he fought Terence Crawford, if he fights the way he fought Terence Crawford like that, slow motion.
Canelo can't take that. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have it in him to fight a guy like that.
He'll put him in hospital, dude. Too much output. Too big. Too stronger now. He's young. He's in his late 20s.
He's in his prime. He's going into his prime.
Guys on the way out.
Coming out.
Canelo's a prideful guy, though. Canelo's a prideful guy. He might be backed into a corner. I'm like, damn. I got to do this for.
Look, you know the crazy part
for me. Yeah.
Well, the crazy part is this.
Forget about the Canelo and Bivol's, my friend. That's
win or lose
now.
If win or lose, if he fights Benavidez, Canelo, I'd give him all the respect in the world. Any boxing fan should. Because that's the way
Benavidez is the guy. Benavidez is the guy that has to lynch those 2 Russians. It's as simple as that.
I'll be back in love with Canelo if Canelo fights him. I'll give him mad respect. And think about all the trash talk. We know Canelo's like after he fights you, he's a friendly guy. He gets over shit. So they'll be friends and they can help each other. I mean, it'll help the sport if we get this because Canelo's the superstar, rock star face of boxing.
You can tell he's involved. Look how involved he's going to be. Yeah. You can tell when he finishes boxing, he's going to be well involved, big time. He was loving it at ringside, cheering him on, fucking feeling everything, giving tactics, everything. He's going to...
his boy look good.
He's a promoter.
His boy Munguia look good, bro. His boy Munguia look good. I'm back on the Munguia train.
Loving that shit. He gets involved, yeah.
Speaking about Munguia, did you guys hear what Timothy Bradley had to say about that fight?
What do you say?
Oh God.
Here we go. I'm just gonna play the audio, right, guys? Because
Munguia improved. He actually improved.
Yeah, I'm looking for the video. I'm looking for.
Dare I say, jab?
Yeah, he looked pretty good. He looked.
Yeah, jabs to the body, everything.
Head
Hooks to the
movement.
body, everything.
I like the head movement.
Yeah, he improved actually. He has got room for improvement. He's not old.
Combinations were nice.
By the way, Butcher, on your channel, what was the percentage going for Resendiz? More, if you could put a number on it.
I don't remember. We didn't really do
50-50, what, 60-40?
We didn't really talk much about that fight. A lot of people picked Resendiz. Yeah. I just do remember that. Many people. It was 50-50, I'd say.
Yeah, I did hear that. They were high on Resendiz.
Yeah.
Well, I picked Resendiz, but I thought it was going to be. I thought Resendiz was going to throw a lot more punches than that. He really wasn't punching. Well, it was crazy.
After Munguia lost to that French guy, I think he lost a lot of stock, right? And
the thing is, Munguia, when he's on his day and he's really, really everything's in tune, he's probably at the right camp. He's a very dangerous guy. But Munguia, he's not consistent. I know he isn't preparation trainers. He's that type of guy. But when he is, trainers, right? he's when he's on the money, he's a dangerous boy, which he was this weekend. Yeah.
All right, here we have this is what Bradley had to say about Munguia.
You know the damn rest. Hey, man. Yo, Tim does the Storm Bradley. You already know the damn rest. Hey, man. I'm watching this damn co-main event, man. All I'm going to tell y'all is that some suspicious shit is going on. Some suspicious shit is going on. That's all I'm going to tell y'all, man, for real. Hey, Crawford, stay away from Canelo. Stay away from Canelo, Crawford. Don't come back and do this rematch. I'm telling y'all, there's some suspicious shit going on for real, dog. And I'm going to leave it at that. Tim Desert Storm.
All right, so what do you guys think about that? Those comments? Well, something suspicious. Canelo, stay away from. Crawford, stay away from Canelo.
But there's nothing suspicious about his 38-year-old buddy going up.
One at a time, please.
First, let me just say this. Look, it's nothing. Hey, Tim Bradley, there's nothing suspicious about your 38-year-old friend going all the way up to 168 and competing with Canelo. There's nothing suspicious about that. You notice he didn't question that, right?
Yeah, no, he didn't.
That's why he makes me want to spit.
There's nothing that guy could say. Go look at him at the Pacquiao third fight. Go look at him in all his career, but especially the third fight. And you tell me what he was doing.
Oh, he likes snacks, you know that, right? He likes those snacks. And he's alluded to snack fighters being drug cheats. He said, Haney, you could take all the snacks in the world. Remember we was talking about the Brian Norman fight?
Oh, yeah.
He thought that Brian Norman was going to, he said, Haney, there's nothing you could take that's going to get you to win that fight. And he kind of like hinted at snack being PDs, right? Because he's a snack fighter. But I guess he forgot that his buddy, Terrence Crawford, is a snack fighter.
The reason why there's like this little warning from Timothy Bradley to Terrence Crawford to not fight Canelo in a rematch is because they know that Canelo could probably beat him in a rematch.
Think so?
Yeah, they're gonna go back there. It's gonna happen.
I'm not saying he definitely will, but I'm saying
they think that, right?
Yeah, they think that.
I think Turkey wants Canelo to win. I think let
Canelo go in there and struggle with Billy, but still pull out a victory. Watch them say, "Oh yeah, it makes sense."
Yeah,
rematch.
Well, if he beats up Billy and knocks him out, they'll say Canelo's a big juice head all day.
Did you just say through that Turkey wants Canelo to win?
Yes, because I think Turkey I think his plan is that Canelo beats this guy, and then Canelo fights David Benavidez. I think
but Crawford's his baby, though. Crawford is his baby. There's some relationship.
It is.
There isn't a world. Hold on a minute, my friends. There isn't a world where the shaky Turkey wants Crawford to lose. There isn't. There isn't, my friend, and that's why
in the business world,
fight in the first place, and that's why I was saying I went for Crawford. Because Crawford had all the, just had all the advantages. Obviously, he's no mouse, And it's just it's just the way it's, and it will be the same.
I think he would want it just because he does want the Benavidez fight.
Crawford is the A side. If that shit goes to points, which they won't knock each other out, will they? Just like they didn't in the first fight. Crawford is the A side. He's Turkey's boy. Canelo ain't Turkey's boy. Canelo's is being used as the.
I mean, he's doing dealings with
the heritage. He's the
but look, they're working together.
They're
basically. Yeah, but those two are working together now.
Turkey knows if he puts Canelo with Crawford, all the Canelo, contingents and fans of which are, most loyal in the world, they'll be there. You know what I mean? Hoping and a willing.
But Turkey and Canelo are business partners now.
That's what he wants. He's baiting you up like a motherfucker, Turkey is. Yeah. That's what he's doing. And you've been biting that bait like a motherfucker. Because Canelo's not bothered anymore. Canelo's getting like 200 million in the end for a fight now after advertisements and everything. His career's done. At the minute he's cashing in, he wants to be, top of that billionaire. He's not already.
He has a 4-fight contract.
Yeah, there you go. So he's selling L's basically at this point. Trust me, he is. He's done his legacy. He's already established. If he can sell 2 or 3 at the end L's for 200 million each, 400 million for 2 L's, would you not do that at the end of your career? You fucking would. That's $500 million. That's what's happening right now. But people don't see this. But that's because I'm in the Matrix.
I don't think he's selling L's. I think he wants to win these matches. He needs it for his legacy.
He isn't.
His marketability.
All right.
I don't
He
know,
isn't.
man.
It's going right.
He's a prideful guy.
He sells to Benavidez.
Yeah. 200 million a shot. Yeah, right.
I just think, look, if he was actually selling L's, I think he would fight Benavidez.
He was pedestrian with Crawford.
He would fight Benavidez.
That wasn't Canelo. That wasn't. It wasn't.
They probably want more than one fight, and that was a
Canelo on a 200 million paycheck. That shit softens you. At the end when you get to round 8, 9, it's like, I've done it all already. Fuck it, I'm collecting.
Okay, so
2 mil. Come on,
against who? So like, he's gonna fight Mbili. Then what's next? Like, what's the L?
I heard it's going to be Crawford. I said that before, that he was going to come out, and then you're hearing all these rumors about Turkey. Well, Turkey straight up said, I want him to fight Crawford. And from what I heard, I think I told you like a few weeks ago that Crawford was kind of letting it slip that, if we beat Mbili, I'll fight him again.
Where did you see that again? Because I didn't really search.
It was a quote from Crawford, and it's some back alley of the internet I found it on. I'd have to go look around again.
I'll check it out.
But it was he said it somewhere. And now Turkey comes out right as they announce Mbili and says, I want Crawford to fight Canelo again. I mean, come on. Have you looked at the shape Crawford's in right now? He's still muscly. You can tell he's cruising right now. He's keeping that muscle. I saw him the other day wearing this tight shirt. You can tell he still has a lot of the same muscle he had for the Canelo fight. He's still working out. And that guy gets fat in between camps. And now he's not fat. He's kind of lean. I think he's getting ready for that because, it takes a little while to build that physique up. So he's trying to cruise. So it's easier to build that back up.
AI is saying that Terence Crawford has not said he would fight Canelo Alvarez if Canelo beats Christian Mbili.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere. I heard it somewhere. And it says all kinds of stupid crap. Yeah, Crawford's an interview. I'm
just saying. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying AI.
No, this guy just says things.
You.
I don't know. He just
I'm telling you, he said it. Okay. He said it because I remember hearing it, and that's why I told you. And now you're hearing it. Now you're hearing a lot about it. You're hearing Turkey say it.
Anyway, what's crazy about Tim Bradley saying that? I mean, you have this whole demographic. They say, he whooped Canelo, he'll knock him out the next time, and now all of a sudden they have this protection plan.
Well, that's very scary, right? Like, don't fight him. There's something suspicious. I'll leave it at that. You leave it at that. I mean, seriously.
Never seen a fan base this soft and this pussified and bitch made to say, you're scared for such and such fighter. It doesn't make any sense to me. The only thing I think is it's Tim Bradley's politicking. He's playing the race card.
That's his friend, Crawford, right? Only Crawford gets
No,
to
I
cheat.
don't know if they're necessarily friends. He's just politicking. He's playing a race card, in my opinion.
Yeah, but
he's a bud
Bradley's known as the biggest idiot in American boxing broadcasting. He is, isn't he?
Well, he acts
Tim
like a
Bradley.
clown a lot
He's
of times.
idiotic. He is. Yeah.
No, I think he's just staying on code. He's being on code.
Oh yeah, but he's also an idiot.
Brother.
I mean, look, Munguia was cleared. Munguia was cleared. So for him to say that, I mean, it would
No,
cool.
it's
Munguia
obvious.
just
It's not
sues
about
his ass.
Munguia. It's him being on code. He's playing the race card.
Yeah.
He's always trying to set it up so that to cause suspicion, but it's baseless. He's basing it in absolutely nothing.
He's basing it on Munguia actually looking pretty good yesterday night. Like, so that, to him, that's like a piece of evidence.
You see a guy's girl,
crazy.
right? But with zero evidence. That's the point.
Yeah, but Munguia's looked good many times in the past. So like, he's done.
He's basing it on Munguia boxing for 12 rounds, right? Not even knocking out the smaller guy. You just clearly outboxed him. A decent, a pretty good smaller guy. And that's causing him to be afraid.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Can I ask, excuse me, this is what I wanted to get into today. First of all, don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like, jump on the panel. It's
hit the like button.
Sunday. Open line Sunday, so anybody can jump on. I wanted to ask you, okay, so we're talking about, what's next. We talked about what's next for David Benavidez and all that. I want to know, because I saw it on Twitter. There seems to be a mass awakening now of people saying, put guys like this on the top of the pound for pound list when they can back up bigger guys and stop them, put them on the top of the pound for pound list. So I want to ask you guys, should David Benavidez, based on what he did yesterday, be ahead of guys like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney?
Yes, definitely. 100 million%.
Break it down.
Break it down.
That's, look what you saw. That's boxing. That's excitement. That brings people into the sport. When they see that guy throw that like 8-punch combination and drop a dude, they're like, "Oh, damn!" Right? That's what people want to see. They want to see.
What about the resumes?
Run away and
resumes,
hug.
Resumes. People look at that when they rank.
Yes, he should. Yes, he should. Can I just say why he should? Can I just say why he should? Haney's not a three. Is there Haney a 3-weight world champion?
Yes.
Yeah,
I know Shakur is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's three, whatever. So they kind of got the identical achievements in a way, because Benavidez just done also his little history thing. He's got 3-time first Mexican, whatever, to do a three-weight champion, whatever. So they kind of got identical achievements. But yeah. But I mean, Zurdo big win, but he's been beat before. Yeah. But Benavidez is unbeaten.
Stevenson got on the pound for
beaten, and he's doing it in
not
impressive fashion. This is actually impressive. Not that Shakur
didn't Stevenson get on the pound for pound list for beating Valdez? Wasn't that his first the fame was beating Valdez, and that's when he got on the pound for pound list the first time, and he was totally bigger than Valdez.
In Quentin, that's a good point because Lopez. Shakur Stevenson was skyrocketed to number 3 for being Lopez, but neither Ring Magazine or ESPN. I'm not sure about ESPN, but I'm certain Ring Magazine didn't even have him in the top 10. They kicked him out of the top 10 after the Jermaine Ortiz fight. But I guess when they choose to think it like, undisputed, they always go with the undisputed. They love that. That's the new jewel to get. But it is interesting because listen, Furioso asked, is Devin Haney like a 3-division champion? I mean, think about what Haney did. He won the lightweight championship. He got a strap at 140. He wasn't the champ. He's still not the champ at 147.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Benavidez also got a strap at 175.
BDA, we know this. Most hardcores know this. But what it actually says on his CV, do you get what I'm saying? They'll look at the CV, you know how it is. We know. But the CV says identical achievements, Obviously, on the eye, Benavidez is much better pleasing on the eye. It's day and night difference to Shakur and Haney. So on the eye, much better everything. Achievement on the CV, identical. Yeah, but we know how one achieved it and the other. So it's the bullshittery, isn't it? Once again, because he should be up there.
Listen, boxing is a high skill level, right? Furioso, we know that. So if you're outboxing someone, that takes skill. But then it begs the question, what takes more skill? waiting for the other guy to throw something, and then you catch him with one shot and you run away, or you clinch your way to a decision.
Oh, the way, the eye test, the way he's winning.
The way
taking it to the bigger guy, taking it to the bigger guy, Furioso, taking it to the bigger guy and beating the crap out of him.
Yeah, it's day and night.
Dominant.
Day and night. You got a pillow fight. Haney and Shakur's like a pillow fight, and then Benavidez, he's got hammers. Baseball bats.
He's not the biggest puncher. He's just more willing to punch, to hit you with all his power.
Praise Stevenson got. Remember when he beat Oscar Valdez, he got a lot of praise for that. You know, Valdez, I think, was a 2-weight champion, Mexican fighter. Well, so is Gilberto Ramirez, 2-weight champion, Mexican fighter. And he did what he should. He did what Stevenson should have did against a smaller fighter. He was the smaller fighter in this fight. Benavidez was. He beat his ass. That's what Stevenson should have did to Valdez when he was clearly the bigger guy in there. Yet he was the guy supposedly moving up in weight.
He should, but the thing is, he should. But the two American guys, I know Benavidez class. He's American, isn't he? Yeah, he's American, but obviously he isn't the. Without being insulting or whatever, what is to be seen as a real American these days is what Haney and Shakur are. You know, that's what gets promoted, doesn't it?
Yep.
So those guys are always going to get the shine on ahead of a Benavidez. Benavidez has to do always the harder mile. He is going to do. That's why I say get on them Russians, because once he beats those Russians, he takes their place. They have to put Benavidez then in top 3. Or who's it? Where's Bivol at? Bivol, wherever Bivol is, and I think Bivol's in the top 5, is he? Where's Bivol?
Probably like number 5, or because number 1 is usually
somewhere. Yes, what I'm saying. Yes, so he has to beat them guys, and then they can't deny him. At the minute, they can deny him. They can. Even if they fight Jai or Patai, they'll still undercut him. They will. Even if they beat him. Whereas if they beat the Russian boys, they can't deny him because they got high grading. Jai Patai hasn't got a high grading. He isn't in the top 5, is he? Top 10, is he?
No.
Yeah?
No.
So when he beats them, he's not taking a high spot. When he beats the Russians, he has to take their spot. You can't beat a number 6 and then put you in 8. Duh. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm always saying, fuck up Patai, go for the big boys.
Pataya is a lineal champion. He has that Ring magazine belt. I don't know if you guys,
you're right. There is that. But the heritage is with the Russians.
Well, there is unfinished business. Somebody mentioned that. There's unfinished business at 175. He didn't really beat the champions at 175. He grabbed the belt, email belt, whatever you want to fucking call it. So, yeah.
I think he has a lot. He's still Benavidez has a lot to prove. Still, he's in position where he's got right now. Are you yawning at me?
No, it's not you. Sorry, I didn't sleep that. I was up late.
He doesn't hear an interesting topic.
Yeah, I was up late in the stupid Discord.
He has to be talking. If anybody else does,
that's not true at all. You guys talk way more than I do.
Mute. Go on mute.
I did, you son of a.
The only way, Blaze. You know it is. It's the only way.
And then he'll start typing in the background while you're
recognition.
It sounds like Street Fighter.
But with the whole pound for pound thing, it's some people are saying, well, Zurdo had already been beaten, but then let's take a look at the last couple of fights. He was on a good run. And that's the other thing. I was in the build-up to the fight, I was saying, hey, Zurdo has a good chin because he took some big shots from Joe Smith. People forget about that fight. They fought a cruiserweight. And look what Benavidez did to the guy. So, I mean, he beat up a guy who... Yeah. Now, I don't know if they're going to look into the elbow thing. Again, I didn't see the elbows landing on the elbow
thing. He landed... What happened is that he threw a left hook, and then when he came to bring it back to the position, to kind of like bring it back and bring in another left hook, he kind of clipped him on the chin with an elbow. But it's just a bunch of people talking out their ass because, look, that was the last exchange of the fight where he hit this guy with like 8 punches in a row, and his eye was already shut. So this whole elbow thing is just people nitpicking.
Yeah, that's what Butcher said. And like I said, I didn't see the elbow land on the eye. I saw it land on the chin. So now,
it was actually on the Sorry, it was on the left side of his face. The swelling was on the right side. It was on the eye.
And I'm gonna tell you right now,
Hey,
if he did that on purpose, he would have got more leverage. If he did, right? If the claim is he meant to do that, he would have put more leverage on it, and it would have probably fucking broke his jaw.
He definitely didn't mean to do it. You can see he was throwing these really short punches. I mean, that guy's he's really impressive. He throws this really short left hook real close. And so when he brought it back, he just, he hit the guy when he brought it back. But it was nothing because he hit him with like 6 more punches after he hit him with that. So
I agree, Fu. I agree, but you're not impressed by the jab and tie up, as Bradley says. The great tie up.
No,
that's a great tie
I
up.
thought his hand speed was like something to behold. I mean, that was just ridiculous. He threw it must have been like an 8-punch combination at the end. Then there was power on every punch he threw. Like you saw the sweat, like bop, bop, bop. It's like it was like a video game and they just put it in fast forward. Like he just blitzed the hell out of him.
Can I
that
say
was
something
crazy.
about
That blitz was
those
crazy.
Salvos, I think they called them salvos, but you guys are hyping up the salvos, but I think he set those up. He set up the body punching, so he was able to break Zurdo down the first few rounds with the accurate body punching. I had said it before. He goes around that guard. Watch the Zurdo fight again. He was landing behind the elbow, and that really slowed Zurdo Ramirez down.
He didn't really have the weight. The weight wasn't there. You could see that he wasn't really putting a dent in him. Like when you hit him, I mean, he was like a brick wall, Zurdo. That's why I compared reason why I compared it to the Margarito fight, because it was just the amount of shots he hit him with, right? He just kept blitzing him like what Manny was doing with Margarito. And I think he maybe broke his orbital. He might have had his speed, yeah. It might have been a broken orbital,
When you can't see punches coming, what do they say? When you can't see a punch coming, that's the one that's going to hurt you. And, he throws these blitzing combinations with the power. We're going to get hurt by it, man.
Can I say something about the pound for pound? I think that was the actual question. I'm going to give him a top 3. I think I'm going to put him, I'm just going to be a hot take and say I'm going to put him above Usyk right now, just because he's fighting a kickboxer. But the nerd shit is, look, there's no metric above Bam.
I can't believe you. I can't believe you did that.
Did what?
Look, I think
don't do that to Usyk. Come on.
I'm gonna explain it. I have an explanation for it. Look, there's no metric to decide like other sports. They have power rankings. Okay, there's no metric. So to me, it's the eye test. Really, this pound for pound, because you're going by skill, right? If you go, okay, what's defined by skill? The spirit of it is skill. Okay, well, what's skill? Well, what you're watching, which is the eye test.
Exactly.
And so I'm going to say it's performance. And when I think of performance, when we watch sports, what we're trying to decide is, that motherfucker could do what nobody else can do. And to me, that's the ultimate spirit of it. When we watch sports, Tom Brady can throw a 55-yard ball on the line better than anybody. So Benavidez, he's fighting better than anybody on the planet right now by just watching what he did, his performance. I think that's a A+ performance.
Oh yeah, that was really impressive. Yeah.
I think everything worked out for him in that fight. He trained appropriately. He got his combinations off in impressive fashion. Like Quentin said, he blitzed with all those punches. They have power. Yeah,
I was telling you guys about that the other day when I see him working that heavy bag, because you guys were asking me about the open.
I'm asking you because I know you're a but what I'm trying to say, recognize is, so when we watch Shakur Twitterson or Davina Hankey, do we think that that's something that everybody can do?
No one cares about those guys.
When I'm watching, do I think, nobody could do what he's doing, or I can walk into any gym and kind of see an amateur doing what Shakira does?
But he's doing it at the highest level. He's doing it against Teofimo Lopez. He's doing it at the highest level.
At the highest level,
nobody can do that.
Clean.
He's landing punches at the highest level.
Clean after the fight.
Clean.
Okay.
Most of his opponents.
Touches. He touches.
Do you see that and think that can't be replicated?
No, it's more impressive when you see somebody like Benavidez do what he did. Just put on a real beating, ass to belt. Belt to ass. Sorry, belt to ass. Remember, belt to ass. Belt to ass.
Oh yeah.
This is the real deal.
He was slipping on the inside, right?
But
saw he was coming back.
Bucho, when you watch that, don't you think nobody can do that? That's something that guy can do that's beyond what anybody else can do.
Yeah, that's a good point. Guys, let me just
because when you're watching last point, when you're watching Usyk,
talented.
What makes it special is he's a 6'3" guy 220, and he's beating giants. And you go, nobody on the planet, there's nobody walking around on this fucking earth that can do that.
Oh, I'm sure other people could, but I mean, it was very impressive.
Wait, Frank, come on. Have you ever?
It's not
you
common.
know what? Have you ever seen a fighter do clinch conditioning like Devin Haney?
Oh yeah.
Oh well, no, I've never seen. You know what? I've never seen anybody clinch like him. I'll say that. I'm not eating a gym, watching TV.
Have you ever seen a boxer run?
Hey guys,
I hope runs like him, huh?
Every other sport, real quick. Every other sport, the guy with the most, like baseball, the home run hitter is the more elite player. In football, the guy who scores the most touchdowns, whether he's throwing it or catching it or running it in, he's the more prolific fight. He's the more prolific football player. It's only boxing where we start subjecting the standards. We start saying, oh, if you can win a fight 12 rounds to 0 and nothing happens, you're pound for pound the best fighter. I just see that as there's no real. There's
12
no
rounds of stalling. They're like, oh, well, look, he stalled for 12 rounds. He's amazing.
Yeah, it's like he's amazing.
Two things. Which real quick before we continue, which super chat are we at? Is it the last Rafael Garza one?
Yes.
Okay, shout out to Rafael Garza for his contribution via the super chat. Shout out to Rafael Garza, and he says, I don't think the elbow was Salido style. Well, it was in a combination of elbows a little bit, but that could just be because he's throwing them so short that he's throwing it. Now, if you want to see, shout out to Rafael Garza, if you want to see a real intentional elbow, Tyson Fury versus Ngannou. He hit him with that elbow and didn't do anything. I mean, come on, if you're gonna take the time to throw an elbow, at least slice the guy open or something. I don't know, maybe he just got it wrong that time or that.
Throwing elbows like Sentai and raking Ursula is what he was doing.
No one cared what Floyd did them for like 15 years. They never brought it up. They don't bring low blows from Andre Ward.
Even the great Mike Tyson used his elbows. Yeah. Larry Holmes moaned like a motherfucker about it.
I remember Ward hummed an elbow. It's like
dude, if they're just moaning, it happens. He got beat up.
Yeah.
To a pulp.
He threw very short punches. That's the thing.
With elbows, bro.
Like, listen, I haven't seen Benavidez do this in other fights constantly. He's not Floyd Mayweather. Somebody mentioned Floyd.
He hit him with one elbow, accidental at the very end of the fight.
Then maybe
he ain't to cheat.
That wasn't intentional at all.
And by the way, can I also go back to what we were talking about low-level tactics in boxing and how certain things take less talent to do? That's why I'm saying, look, I can appreciate a defensive wizard and somebody who outboxes someone, especially when they do it with combination punching, right? Make you miss and then make you pay with a combo. But when it's like Fu says, the badoink, on top of the 3 pillars of the ass style, which is running, not throwing a lot of shots, and clinching. And just for example, and people already forgot about this, unfortunately, but we got to bring it back. Couple of months ago, what happened when Jake Paul fought Anthony Joshua? Jake Paul stalled, ran around the ring, clinched anytime Joshua got close to him, and was actually able to go 6 rounds against a bigger, more experienced, and just all around better boxer than him. It would be just by doing those things. So now imagine what somebody who's got a more experience and more physical talent can do, like a Devin Haney, jab and clinch. So,
with all the backing and the A side,
with all the trimmings,
you become a champion, don't you? Simple as that. Yeah, that is the analogy of a lifetime, because that is what's going on in boxing. That style, everything. Oh yeah, move, don't get hit, don't get hit. Then we'll see you there.
Hit and don't get hit.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
And we'll see you there. You're the A side, like Haney. Like Loma.
Yeah.
The Loma fight. We'll see you. We'll sort you out. We'll sort you out the decision. That sort of
they're just afraid. They're afraid to get hit. That's what it is. They're not fighters.
Yeah,
that's swiping some bribe money to the judges by Bill Haney.
It's the boxing monopoly there and the business.
Yeah.
Benavidez,
he goes in there,
promotion.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got a fighter like that on Top Rank. Come on, they have to look after you, because there's an investment. They spend $1 million on him. They have to. They can't have him losing or whatever. Come on, what's happening? It's business. Monopoly.
Yeah, Benavidez is there to beat the fight out of you. That's exactly what he did to Zurdo Ramirez, which is not easy to do. That's actually harder to do than to outbox somebody.
Like hit him with so many. He was just so much faster. It was insane. Yep. He had no shot in hell. I just the fact he kept that hand speed, I was like really impressed by that. I thought that fat you put on.
That's what made him so deadly in that fight was the hand speed, and then obviously
too
when
much.
throwing that fat, you have a lot of power because he's got that weight on him too. And
he's throwing combinations better than Shakur does.
Real quick, he showed that when you plant your feet and you have the skill set to let off combinations and still be, you can still be defensively responsive.
Yep.
You're gonna be more of an effective fighter that way.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is there's a recent video with Shakur Stevenson. He's training with one of these YouTubers, and the guy's like, the YouTuber's like, "Hey, good combinations," and Shakur's like, "No one does that. No one punches like that." And then you go look at Benavidez. It's like, ah! And he's just destroyed this guy with these combinations he's throwing. Like full.
And by the way,
I remember I was telling you guys the same thing because you were asking me, do you watch the pre-fight work? Yeah. What? Yeah, you asked me about do you watch the pre-fight workouts? And I was talking about his heavy bag work, how he blitzes the bag with full power like that. And that's what's kind of crazy that he did it in the fight.
BDA, all these guys are capable of doing that. They just don't want to put the work in. I'm talking about Shakur Stevenson. He has the talent to be similar to that, but he chooses not to.
It's without power.
He has no confidence in his ability to take a punch. That's the problem.
You and Fu bring up a good point, Recognize, because Ryan Garcia, what's the one thing he's always doing? He's doing that Shushan when he's shadowboxing. When has he ever Shushaned in during his pro career and pro fights? And by the way, that Shushan thing is very interesting.
That was
because you can't overthink the Shushan. It has to. But hold on, you can't overthink the Shushan. It has to happen in the moment organically because it's quite an ephemeral moment. Now, I was able to get that off one time in the gym, and I swung this guy's head back and forth like 15 times. Now, granted, it was a 15-year-old kid, but what I'm saying is I actually pulled it off. And you can't overthink it.
He was 3 foot, 2 foot tall.
That kid was 12. Tell the truth.
Yeah, that girl was 14.
They kicked me out of the gym for that. They kicked me out of the gym, but I still got the Shushan.
It was his grandmother. It was his grandmother, the owner of the gym's grandmother. She's like, "Hey, would you like a cookie?"
No, but you know what? It's interesting because I went on Twitter and people are saying, "Yeah, Benavidez put him number 3 pound for pound, number 1." Now I think some of these people are prisoners of the moment, but it's still refreshing to hear that conversation of people saying, "You know what?" Because they've been lied to for so long. I'm not kidding around when I talk about the BDA deprogramming, the BDA Ultra. Because that it's true. People need to be deprogrammed. They've been living in a fog for 15, 20 years of thinking that running around the ring is the sweet science. And I remember one of the common lack of arguments is, well, it's boxing. It's part of boxing. Yeah, no shit, it's part of boxing. That's what we're talking about. The question is, or the argument is rather, that it shouldn't be part of boxing. Exactly. Oh, yes. Smart boxing, tie up. Look, the only time I allow or give a pass on clinching is if a guy gets hurt. And the first instinct is to grab. Okay, that's an instinct, right? That most people have.
You're going to say something sexual.
Now, why would I say that on a Sunday on top of that? Why would you think I would say something like that? But anyway.
I thought a joke was coming. I done it.
But the point is, why would I make jokes? I'm making serious points here. Primo points, by the way. And
that's
what I'm saying is these people have been hypnotized. These people have been hypnotized for so long that it's almost like somebody who's been living underground for years, and then they finally see the sunlight. It's like, whoa, what is that? Oh my, it hurts my eyes. Hurts them at first. It hurts them at first to understand it. Like, hey, this is real boxing. But once they see it clearly, it's like living in a whole new world.
It is. It is.
Well, I'll ask the panel, what's the difference between what Stevenson did when he fought Valdez? I'll bring this up again. Stevenson when he fought Valdez, and then what Benavidez just did to Ramirez. Why does Stevenson get so much? Then Benavidez.
So much of a difference. There's so much of a difference. There's so much of a difference.
He's the American dream.
Number one,
Benavidez is American.
Benavidez is American.
But David is American.
Shakur Stevenson, it was the bigger guy versus Valdez. That's one. It went 12 rounds. It went all 12 rounds, right? He never put the kind of damage that Benavidez did against a guy who's clearly bigger than him, right? And he just outguns him. He just outboxed him, outgunned him.
The thing is, in America,
Davidson
thing
got
is,
put on
hold
the
on, guys.
right after that performance. Benavidez doesn't get put on the pound for pound unless people are questioning it. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, that's
in
crazy.
America,
That is
the
crazy.
boxing model in America, as in the organization, if they had to make a model of a fighter, he would not be a Chicano, a white guy, he would be a half-caste mulatto guy or a black guy, yeah? And that's what's up, and that's that's what they're pushing. That's what the agenda and whatever it may be is also. They push them, that's what they are pushing. Abdullah Masons and Keyshawn Davises, that's what they pushed. But if they had a Chicano guy, Mexican guy, heritage or whatever, like doing the same shit, he's not going to get that shine unless he's a superstar like Ryan. And they can't deny him because obviously he fights and he looks good. You know what I mean? He's a pop star, isn't he? So, yeah, that's what's up. Benavidez is at the back of the queue. He has to do the hard mile, I say again.
This is dude I grew up with. This is dude I grew up with, right?
Yeah.
And he always had a saying, right? If we got into a fight, he would say, "All I need is one." That's all, and he was right. He was like, "All I need is one good punch to get in. It's lights out. It's confidence. That's what it is. It's confidence."
All I need is half. By the way,
sounds like Deontay Wilder.
Are you guys surprised with how Benavidez dealt with Zuffa?
I knew that was coming.
Any of you surprised with his performance?
I'm surprised that he stopped him.
Oh yeah.
Well, I initially said that he was going to stop him a few months ago, and then I thought Zerto was going to do more to set him up with counters, but he didn't do any of it. So
I predicted him to be easy work and stop him. Easy work and stop him. And I bet on it. And I bet on it. I did Nui and Zurdo double. Heavy on it. Because there was certain.
He came in there fat, and he did that.
The bookies were giving us money. Benavidez and Nui double. You didn't get a lot, it wasn't crazy odds, but it was cert. You could put, a bit on it. You're a bit on it.
BDA to your.
Look, yo, BDA. Look,
can I just say this?
I found the clip. It's in the comments where Shakur Stevenson talks about combos don't work. Like, look at this. It's pretty funny. I don't know if you guys can show
BDA.
it. It's a
Dion up next in the comments. He says, though, it's the sweet science. It's hit and don't get hit. So, that's what I commonly hear. Isn't it?
Who said
Well,
that?
it's like saying, in baseball, it's all about getting on base. That's fine. But who doesn't respect the home run hitter that makes an art out of it? You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. These guys love to see knockouts, but then when a guy runs and clinches, they say, "Oh, it's hit and don't get hit." I mean, these are the same fans that love watching fighters like Tank Davis get a knockout. But when a guy is a runner, then they call it's hit and don't get hit. So
good point.
Yeah, they'll say it's hit and not get hit, but there's multiple ways that can work. It's not always the boring way; it can also be the fun way too.
Absolutely. And by the way, Fu was trying to get through that video. Can you play it for Bucho? Can you play it?
I mean, if you want me to play it, I can probably
it's gonna be better. It's gonna be easier, I think.
Let me see. Okay.
So this is Shakur Stevenson talking.
I'm gonna stream it to you guys, all right?
Yeah. All right. This is Shakur Stevenson talking about how those Ryan Garcia shoeshine combos don't work. And by the way, there's not that many shoeshiners anymore. I mean, now we see Benavidez. I think Gary Russell.
I wouldn't call that shoe shine. I think there's power on that. Shoe shine's usually just like touch.
Yeah, Benavidez is
those knock the sweat off your head.
Meaningful. It's meaningful. It is. He's proper fucking.
The last guy that threw shoe shines like that.
There's mean intentions. Benavidez has mean intentions. That guy, he really does.
Sugar Shea Mosley would shoot a lot. Then he would always put.
But that's not shoe shine. That what Benavidez did is blitzing with power. That's not. I wouldn't call that shoe shine.
Yeah, he's hitting heavy. That boy.
Those are heavy shots.
For sure. He's fucking.
He's like you see.
He's deceivingly heavy-handed.
And you know the pad work won't help you with that, right?
And light,
but he does it on the heavy bag.
Light, but it's not. It's
saying, look,
shit.
he practices this on the heavy bag. That's why it's effective. I mean, that's why he could do it. A lot of these other guys,
he was mano. He was mano a mano, evens with Ryan Garcia when they. I know it's only that.
Yeah. I was talking about it on the panel the other day.
Bro,
remember I told you guys? I was like, I was telling you guys the other day when you asked me if I watched the training, and I told him, I said his hands are almost as fast as Ryan's when he's doing this stuff.
He's
it's
crazy fast, that guy.
So you hardly do pads then, huh?
I do pads. I doubted him, this and that. He's a fat boy, cake.
He's strong as hell.
Cake eater, fat.
One more pads.
He's won me over. And I like it when fighters do this.
Yeah.
They've won me over. Legit.
Combo.
Benavidez looked like Ray Leonard in there.
That shit whack. More pads. Combo. I don't like doing all that shit. That shit whack. I do it because it's like for condition. Combo.
Foos Watch is live streaming a video here.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay,
I don't like doing all that shit. That shit whack.
I was surprised at how well he carried.
He tells it. He tells him to throw a combo. Look, he tells him to throw a combo, and he says that shit's whack. That's what he told him. The YouTuber's like, "Hey, throw a combo." He's like, "Nah, that shit's whack."
I do it because it's like for conditioning. It's like, but those don't really work in a match. You ain't never gonna get no fight.
How did Benavidez carry that speed though? He gained like 20 pounds, not like 25. I was surprised, honestly. I thought he was gonna be a lot more sluggish.
I don't like doing all that shit. That shit whack.
I'm curious to know what his fight night weigh-in
I do it because it's like for conditioning. It's like, but those don't really work in a match. You ain't never gonna get no fight and hit a nigga. You never gonna get in a fight and do that shit. That shit not real. I try to do shit that's like. So you hardly do pads then, huh?
My question would be how much weight did he gain?
Shit that I'm doing with that shit is like, okay, I'm getting my conditioning right. But like, it ain't like I'm getting in the ring and I'm.
210, you think? Okay, look.
You be running, huh?
If he
that shit fake though.
he didn't gain that much after the
I don't gotta really get all around here and do all that.
That could be another reason why he kept his speed.
I can fight right there.
And not having to drop that much weight.
Honestly, he might have just weighed in at his walk around weight.
You guys want to listen to this?
198 or
they can't. Hold on. I don't understand why nobody can get the fucking point.
I think we're lost.
Hold on, real quick, because you have to click on the video. And did you click, Bucho? Could the people on YouTube hear it or?
I hear a lot. I hear talking. Listen,
yeah, they could hear it. They could hear it. Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, that's all that really matters. Because if the people on the panel aren't going to hear it,
yeah, but everyone's talking over it though. But like, yeah.
Anyways. I know they didn't understand that they were supposed to click on it. But I'll say this, man. We're talking about the hit and not get hit. I didn't see Benavidez get hit I mean, I did see some punches get through the guard and maybe a couple of jabs. But other than that, it was a good. I mean, you're always going to get hit a little bit more if you're coming forward and creating the fight, the action.
But he was doing something that scored.
Let me just finish, man, please. So, I mean, there's only a handful of guys that I've seen in the last 15 years who are able to do it. Gennady Golovkin was one. Canelo in recent years. Lomachenko, and who else? Chocolatito. Usyk sometimes, and Chocolatito. That is, to me, that is high-level skill because you're coming forward and you're actually parrying some of the shots, blocking, weaving, slipping, while creating the action. And why do you think these guys, why do these guys force some of these stoppers? Because they keep putting the pressure on and they tire these guys out because they make him miss and make him pay.
Run away.
Well, Bita, you know why you don't see more guys do it? Because it's harder and more difficult to do that.
It's more dangerous.
Yeah, like what's it, Bam Rodriguez? He can be in the pocket in the line of fire. Yeah,
that's right. That's another one.
Bob and weave. You know what I'm saying? That they'll be in the line of fire, whereas these fighters do not at any time put themselves in the line of fire. No chance.
Yeah,
it's a void.
Doesn't Bebo?
Yeah.
Doesn't Bebo kind of do that?
He uses more of his leg.
He moves with his.
You gotta hit a nigga.
That's just not real.
They won't risk it. They won't risk it. They won't.
Combinations. Who does that?
To the defense and throwing. Part of your job is like Benavidez. Part of your job when you're throwing punches is to get the other guy to open up. You seen Inouye was trying to do that desperately. He was trying to be like, man, I'm throwing so that you can throw and I'm gonna catch you. And some guys are just so defensive minded they won't open up. But part of Benny's style is getting you to open up.
It's called risk-free boxing. Take no risks. Do not at any circumstances. and get looked after. Don't worry.
Wait, he was slipping and ripping in there last night. Remember, he's just slipping the shot and boom, he comes right back with a hook. He's fighting really well.
In the middle of his offense, and if you try to get into the middle of his offense, he's good at catching and shooting while he's throwing as well and defending. That's something that not a lot of people can do.
Yep.
I do want to point out that these cruiserweights, these guys got to be super slow, because I recall seeing a couple of Zurdo's fights at Cruiser and just thinking like, damn, he's so much faster than these guys. And then you see Benavidez against Zurdo, and it's like, damn, this dude's fighting in mud, you know? Yeah, it was like, that's why I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Shout out to Knock. Sorry to interrupt.
Shout out to
Knock. Cook, man, cook.
And what about those counter right up landing? You guys saw those counter right upwards. He would take a step back and catch Zurdo. He hurt him a bunch of times with that.
Yeah,
he
was slipping a lot of his shots.
Where's he at on your pound? Quentin, you got to have a hot take. Where's he at on pound for pound? Same with Knott. You guys ain't saying it.
I got Benavidez about 5. If I could.
Is Benavidez pound for pound now?
That's it.
Really?
What?
Yeah,
I'm saying 3. We all saying 3.
I know.
Because he beat Yard. Because he beat Gabowski at Yard.
Yeah, it's not 3 yet.
I wouldn't say
it's
3.
not 3 yet. On the eye test.
Why is Steven number 3?
Maybe like 8 or 7 or something.
I would put him above Haney and Shakur for I would, but so I'd put him about 5.
You would have been what? Guys, Stevens.
The reason why I put him at number 3 because the only guys that are doing pound for pound things against bigger fighters were Inoue and Usyk currently.
Yeah, and look, Stevenson beat a guy that was looking really bad.
Like that.
Yeah, Stevenson was this guy's Tio was looking really bad at 140, so I don't give too much weight to that.
We have to think of what's pound for pound. Guys like Stevenson and Haney that are the bigger guys that are cutting down to weight to fight smaller guys and then rehydrating a bunch of weight, or the guys that are moving up and fighting bigger guys and smaller on fight night and they still beat them. That's what pound for pound
I mean,
is.
Norman was pretty big though. Norman was pretty big.
Yeah, but Haney looked Haney looked big.
Haney was just as big, if not bigger.
I think guys that are still active, that accomplish more still, like the Bivol, the Usyk, even the Beterbiev. I will put them ahead of Benavidez. Yeah, I'll put now when you start talking about the guys that are like still on the come up. Well, Canelo
include Canelo.
Canelo beat him.
Hold on, real quick, man. Canelo's still an active fighter, right? He's still an active fighter.
Yeah.
I would say because Canelo's on the downside of his career, and Benavidez is on his way up. I would say they're more or less on the same tier, or you put Benavidez slightly ahead. But in terms of legacy, no, Canelo's got a much bigger legacy.
He's got the biggest in boxing.
He's got a lot to go.
But Canelo's fighting Mbili this September. If he has a convincing victory against him, I think he should be back on the list somewhere.
Is he really fighting?
I like that fight. Yeah, he is. I like that.
Is that looking likely? That's good.
No, it's official.
That's already signed. That's already done.
Fair play to Canelo because he's taking a live wire.
That's a good fight, man.
There. He had Mbili's a live wire movement. Yeah, it's art.
Yeah.
Young.
I agree that if Canelo looks bad in that fight, there's a high probability that Crawford decides to come back.
Yeah, of course.
I got
for sure.
In my mind, I got definitely about 4 guys. I got 4 guys ahead of Benavidez. That would be Usyk. But it's just look, what I'm saying is I'm not saying I don't respect anybody's list. What he did last night was very impressive. But for me, I got 3 or 4 guys. Off the top, I'm gonna say Usyk. I'm going to say Inoue, I'm going to say Bivol, and I'm going to even say Beterbiev, because Beterbiev's only loss was barely losing to Bivol.
Right. Hey, my friend, pause there. Very important what you've just said there, because you're just proving what I just said 15 minutes ago. Benavidez needs who? The 2 Russians. Where have you just put the 2 Russians? There. So that way, if he beats them guys, when he does beat him, he takes their spot. You get me?
Now, also, if he stays,
he's not Jaya Patai.
No.
If he decides to stay, if he does decide to stay at cruiserweight and he fights a guy, Pataya, and becomes, lineal, undisputed, whatever, then I would say, hey, that's a good win. His stock is rising even more. He's
good, yeah. But then, if he beats Benavidez, if he beats the Russian guys, he puts his flag down. He marks his he marks his stands his mark.
Benavidez is Zurdo is not Beterbiev, man. I think Beterbiev versus Benavidez is. I like that fight, but damn, I would still favor Beterbiev. How old is he now? Like 40 or 39?
Really? 41.
I think Beterbiev. I think him and Beav are right for the picking for Benavidez, and if he were to beat them, it's basically a guaranteed spot, like in the Hall of Fame. Really, those two guys.
Yeah, Beterbiev hits hard, man.
In old time, he can be mentioned in the recent old times.
Yeah,
he would be.
I think he should take
if
the
he beats those two guys.
fight.
Yeah,
I think the Beterbiev fight is much 40 years, 50, because an old Beterbiev. Imagine when Benavidez lets his hands go against an old Beterbiev who just stepped on a Lego with a broken ankle. He's going to be nowhere to go. His head is just going to be a punching bag. I think that's
actually, Quinn. If you really look at Benavidez, where he's at right now in his career with his age and
29,
better, he's in perfect position to knock these guys off. He's in perfect position to do it.
Which one's I don't think the Russians.
I don't think the
or Beterbiev.
I think the Russians are going to prize themselves out of
more
it.
Dangerous.
They'll say, Benavidez. Shitloads.
Obviously, Beterbiev, because he does pack that power. Bivol could be a more stylistic problem for him. Yeah.
But Beterbiev, I think he'll get a highlight reel knockout against Beterbiev because Beterbiev is going to be right there for him. He's not a guy that moves around like Bivol. And Bivol, by that time, his legs will probably be gone too. So he'll probably be able to light his ass as well.
Yeah, but one thing I've been impressed about Benavidez is he's like cutting off of the ring and all that. He's constantly on you, this motherfucker. Yeah, so Bivol will have his work cut short, big time.
It's like going into the ocean and swimming against the current. Like, that's going to beat us.
And he can punch long himself. He's long-armed. He's tall himself, and he's imposing. He is.
He's bigger than both of these guys.
He's a shadow.
He's bigger than both of them.
Yeah, younger.
Right,
he's in his
hell yeah.
That's good.
You think Benavidez is bigger than Beterbiev?
Similar in size.
Damn.
Oh, he's bigger than both.
Yeah, wait till you see him.
6'2".
He's bigger than them. Longer, bigger, longer now.
Who cares if he's fat? He's still bigger. It doesn't matter. He's still bigger than whether it's fat or not. What do you not understand?
He's not bigger than those. He's not bigger than Beterbiev.
He's bigger than Bivol. He's bigger than Bivol.
Beterbiev go up to cruiserweight and have that success, and they're not.
Beterbiev was fighting at cruiserweight when he was in his 20s.
No, he's fighting
but he's a solid,
like 197 or something, like 195 or 94 or something.
Like, this guy's a fat man. He's a fat.
You guys think that Beterbiev is an easier fight than Zurdo? Do you guys think that's going to be easier than Zurdo, or more? What do you guys think?
Say again?
If Benavidez is going to have an easier time with Zurdo. An easier time with Beterbiev than Zurdo. Like, do you think it's going to...
I was getting
I don't think so. I don't think so. Come on.
No, I don't think so.
He fought a big guy. He's fighting a smaller guy now, right? That people are saying this. So.
Now people are saying he should fight Wilder. I've actually heard this a bunch of times.
I said that yesterday. And I would like to see that fight.
He'll beat Wilder's ass, bro.
Yeah, I think Beterbiev is very vulnerable at the minute. He was when he was in his destructive reign, unbeaten, whatever, knocking him. He was vulnerable then. He got knocked down. I remember my boy Callum Johnson fucking not taking advantage of him.
Didn't Yarde knock him down too?
Yeah.
Didn't Yarde knock him down?
Just a little tickle or whatever. But
he rocked him, but he didn't knock him down.
But now years later, what do you think Benavidez is going to do to him? He's going to do a lot more than rocking.
We'll get a shit out with him, and it'll be a short
I don't know,
fight.
man. I just remember that Joe Smith Jr. fight with Beterbiev, and I just remember thinking like Joe Smith hits very hard. He's gonna go in there and give Beterbiev a hard time, and that they just got smoked.
How long is that? How long ago was that Joe Smith?
Joe Smith Jr. sucks.
I don't know.
He's not a
He's
great
picker. He's a fucking great picker. Yeah, no boxer.
What I liked about that knockout, what I liked about that knockout of Joe Smith, Beterbiev did that shit on the back foot. That was crazy. He did all that
like
stuff.
a Sugar Ray Robinson.
It ended in 2-3 rounds, right? It was like a 3-round fight.
He can fight his weaker style and still knock him out. That's how trash Joe Smith is. Beterbiev can fight his weaker style and knock his ass out.
Well, I mean, listen, Joe Smith is dangerous because he's got a lot of, he's got strong, man. Yeah, but he was, I guess, look, man, like
defense is not there.
Furioso said it, man. That's when Beterbiev was in his most destructive stage. He's probably past that, right? Like when I would think he's past that now.
And he was still vulnerable. There was vulnerabilities in him.
There was some.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was on a fucking undestructible reign. Like, look at Canelo, for instance. Canelo never got shook like that. Or wasn't dropped or anything. You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
Never.
Do you remember the
Alan Johnson hurt him.
When he
fighting bigger guys, you know what I'm saying?
I felt like if Vosdick would have been able to not get hurt in that fight, he probably could have hurt Beterbiev because he was landing linear shots, bro. Some real sharp punches down the middle. You know?
Yeah, I had Vosdick up in that fight before the stoppage. But woulda, coulda, shoulda.
I'm fully convinced in Benavidez, and every time he fights now, I'm backing the motherfucker with money. That's what I'm fucking doing because he's on a roll, this motherfucker. And especially when he fights the Russians, you'll get good odds. And I know this motherfucker's stopping him, let alone beating him. So get your money on Benavidez.
How many opponents have we had going into a Benavidez fight where it's like, oh, this guy's gonna give him trouble? I think ever since
and it's like I was his biggest critic. That's why now I've kind of like, all right, I've been learning the lesson along. It's like, damn, this guy, no, he ain't just that fat boy cream eating cake kid. He's fucking nasty.
It's kind of obvious that he was talented, and that's why Canelo didn't want to fight him. I mean,
I was looking at Benavidez. I see that Benavidez lives in Florida.
You know,
Benavidez lives in Florida now. He lives in South Florida. I don't know if he's training there. I think he should train there. And hear me out. The reason why is because he will be forced to, if he trained in Florida, he will be forced to be more leaner because it's hot all year round, just about. And if he doesn't have problems losing weight, and being in the heat will do that for you, especially if you're disciplined. He can go down to 175 easily. You know what I'm saying? He can make the 175 weight comfortable. Not easily. I ain't gonna say easily, but have an easier time. And that way he could that strength and that speed.
I think I agree with that because he's not like a muscle bound fighter. Yeah, loads of just muscle. He's got like fat. He's got some fat to fluctuate.
Fat and water.
To put on. Take and put off. So he's not all fucking solid muscle. This and that. That when you taking off and putting on is different. Yeah, muscle to fat.
He's not like he's a fat boy. He's not, he ain't a fat boy. He isn't. He's not grown into that weight. He's not grown into it at all. I don't think he's grown into
the next time he could definitely grow into it.
He's not even grown into light heavyweight. He's not even grown into that weight.
Yeah, because he had to cut
Do you know what fighter he reminds me of? And I know this is a crazy fucking comparison. And to accept the jab, taking the jab away, but even physically, pear-shaped type of big at the hip type of Larry Holmes. I'm telling you, he's got some. He gives me Larry Holmes vibes apart from the jab and that. But Larry Holmes had quick hands, and he is I know Larry Holmes is a heavyweight, but he just gives me the Larry Holmes the way he,
who's Benavidez' Somebody else, who's Benavidez' comeback fight for 175? Because he can't go straight into b-ball, right? Or better be he has to fight somebody because he's going to try and make the weight again for like the first time. And I forgot when was the last time he fought at 175 last year. So it's like, you know, I'm more interested in that.
Yeah,
probably like a Will Smith or something.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have time to wait, man. If he's gonna go down, he's got to fight the big dogs. That Furioso, you got to beat the Russian. And
I don't think he don't necessarily need to have a tune-up, does he? Or do you think?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
It's not.
It's just the weight cut. It's just the weight cut.
Well, I get what Diamante's saying, but my point is that unfortunately for him, with those guys that are, the Bivol and the Beterbiev, these guys are getting older. You got to fight them now. You got to fight these dudes.
The thing is, they are going to price themselves out of it by hopefully Turkey forces them in the ring.
No, these Russians.
I don't think so, man.
Turkey forces them in the ring.
Don't have a choice. What are they going to do?
Exactly. I bet. Nothing exactly. They have no choice but to take whatever they're being offered. It's gonna be probably their biggest paydays since they fought each other. So
didn't Benavidez move up to work upstairs because these Russians were injured and busy or avoiding him or something? Yeah. So obviously, so you had to go.
Well, they both recently got surgery. Both of them.
Yeah, so you had to go and do work elsewhere.
These dudes are practically on wheelchairs right now. So I mean,
that's why they break his back or some shit.
Yeah, he had surgery in his back. His
back is broken.
Right, and Beterbiev, if he sneezed into a clean, he broke his nose. So.
Quinn's just over exaggerating right now.
Oh my god! The guy's amazing.
No, but when it comes to Beterbiev, who's clearly a bodybuilder, right? This is the guy that I can almost guarantee it, bro. He was working out every single day, every day. He probably didn't even give his.
He fucked up his body. Is that what you're saying?
He didn't believe in rest days, and he broke his body down. That's what it is.
It's like Ronnie Coleman.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, have you seen his workouts with dumbbells? Like he's always like messing around with heavy ass dumbbells.
And he's gonna have really bad arthritis when he gets older. I guarantee you.
Beterbiev, how many barbells do you need? All of them. Remember that? The professional. Remember that? That was a good scene.
Bro, I was knowing the athletes these dudes were, and I was working out every day. And that shit. When you work out every day with weights, bro, you break your body down.
You throw 100-pound weight in the air and then catch it, and do a squat. That's the kind of shit the Beterbiev does.
Beterbiev is
he was like, he was taking like 100-pound dumbbells and doing like fucking those little hand curls. I was like, what the fuck?
He throws the weight in the air and then catches it. He catches it and then does like a push-up.
It's like you're gonna break your wrist, bro.
He dedicated his whole day to working out. His whole day, like, so you got a job. You go and you put in your 8 hours or whatever. No, his job was, I'm gonna go to the gym, lift weights, then I'm gonna go into the ring and spar.
Yep.
It's like, you gotta give you. I mean, we respect you because you're in great condition to be doing that every single day, but that's gonna break you down.
Yeah, you're a boxer.
It probably sounds like Pop Rocks when he's walking around, right?
Bro,
every joint is destroyed.
Bro, his muscles have muscles. That's
crazy. He looks like a damn vampire. He looks like a lichen or whatever they call him from the underworld. He's not human.
Lichen.
There's only two fighters that I've seen that it looks like you would break your hand hitting them, and that's Beterbiev and Marvin Hagler. Like you literally look. Yeah, if you look in his face. It looks like if you hit them, you'll break your fucking hand.
Hey guys,
it does. It looks like his muscles are made of stone.
I made a poll like 7 hours ago. Who is more likely to become the #1 box office attraction? Shakur Stevenson or David Benavidez? 85% said David Benavidez has more of a chance of becoming a box office attraction.
Really,
he should be.
That's not even really. But well, at least to me, look, I get the poll. Everybody has their own opinion. At least to me, that's a no-brainer.
Right. That's I just did it to see because you never know, right? You never know with people how they vote. But some of the comments, somebody was saying that it doesn't matter if Benavidez looks more exciting. Shakur Stevenson has more options. He's in the welterweight. He's around the welterweight division, right? Orbiting that shit.
He's right. Doesn't matter. He's right to a certain degree.
Why do you want to be entertained?
It's because he has all the names. Like I would say, Shakur Stevenson versus Ryan Garcia is a way bigger fight than.
What names?
That's what some people are saying. Exactly. Like you have
it's true.
Ryan Garcia.
Who took on more challenges, David or this fucking guy? He's fighting these little tiny guys.
He might run out of opponents in a year and a half or something. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah,
so,
and just because you beat the names doesn't mean you get their fan base. A lot of people don't understand that.
He's putting barriers to the two big fights that he can make of Shakur, which is Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. He wants these guys to meet him at a catch weight or come down to 140. At least he said that much with Ryan Garcia, right? So he's putting the barrier. Number one, Devin's not going to do that. I can guarantee you, Devin is not going to fight him at no catch weight. It's going to be 147 and no rehydration clause. That's the only term Devin Haney's is gonna accept, right? And then they could talk about money. Ryan Garcia, well, if Ryan Garcia keeps going on a hot streak, let's say he fights Conor Benn and knocks him out, he's gonna probably change his mind too. He's gonna be like, no, I'm the money guy.
He already changed his mind. He said, I'm not doing that. He said he's not going down a weight.
Somebody said
Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, he already said that. He was considering it, and then he said,
learned his fucking.
And then he said, no, I'm not doing it. Yeah, he learned it.
David don't got no A-level fighters he can fight, unlike Shakur. So there's more A-level fighters around Shakur's weight division.
Yeah, but he won't fight any of them. That's the difference.
I mean,
that's not true. That's not true. A-level is perception. A lot of that is just perception. But
wait, you saying perception is A-level?
No. But I think perception. What did I say?
You said perception is A level?
This is gay level.
Oh, whoa. Oh, man.
No, I didn't really like that. But anyway,
joking.
My point is that, look, he does, actually, David Benavidez does have options. He's got Evil and Beterbiev. He's got Opataya and an outside chance, Canelo. That's options, okay? Yeah. Where Shakur Stevenson, realistically, the two big fights that he can make are Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Those are the ones that he could make. Now, will they get more fan attention and maybe possibly more money? I don't know about that, but let's say if it does, that still doesn't take away that David has options. He does have options.
Oh, he has a lot of options.
What about Shakur fights fucking Tank?
Yeah,
I'm not even
going to be a stink. It's going to be a stinker anyway.
I'm not even going to blame him for the Tank thing. I don't think that fight would ever happen. I don't know what's going on with Tank. Maybe he'll take that fight.
Guys, are we getting carried away with this Benavidez performance? Like, are we sure he's going to pull that off again? Because
I don't think so.
I mean, he
displayed great skills last night. I mean, he carried the speed up. He broke this guy to pieces. I mean, there's no cruiserweight that
never been knocked down, never been knocked out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's no cruiserweight that can even. His hand speed is ridiculous. Just that alone and the power on it. I don't think he's going to beat Bivol for sure, and all those guys. Beterbiev,
stop them.
Beterbiev, he's going to beat. I think he's going to stop all three of them. If he does like he did last night with that kind of blitzing hand speed,
why couldn't he stop all three of them?
I don't know. I think the guy stepped it up.
Once again,
he was there to prove something, and he came there to put that guy out.
Yeah, but Bivol is much better than Morel, I think. Like, technically speaking, skill-wise, the way he moves. I mean, I don't know if
one thing that look at all the guys that were able to go.
Mean. This guy's really mean. I mean, when they talk about mean fighters, this guy comes in there. And he doesn't care if he eats punches. He's going to get on you, and he's going to start hitting you with that shit.
He got staggered by Morel.
Well, what's one thing that all the guys had that went the distance with David Benavidez? What's one thing they had that gave him trouble?
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's analyze
movement.
So
movement. Yeah, he cannot set the ring off. He has trouble with that.
Traps them and beats them down.
True.
But he still tracks him down, but he's never.
Well, he got hurt by Morel guy. He got coming in like crazy. I know he made a mistake. Just careless. He went in careless.
If Bivol has anything left, he could definitely still beat him with his feet. It's just that he probably won't have it. But he might.
I don't think it's a blowout. I don't think he stops. I think it's a very close fight.
Could.
He might be able to go the distance.
But that's why it's exciting, right? The fact that he can lose. He has some fights. He can win in impressive
more of a chance now of beating Bivol now, but still, it's not an easy.
I think the Beterbiev fight's the one he should take because he'll probably have a highlight reel knockout in that one, just ping pong and Beterbiev's head around.
Because he's older,
but the champion is Bivol, though, right? So
Beterbiev is going to want to go Benavidez, right? He wants to trade with him, so he's going to be right there for Benavidez. Bivol's going to be the one moving around, which Benavidez has trouble tracking guys down that do.
Yeah.
We also have to remember that. Morel, look at Morel. He had 12 fights. But what's one thing he had? He had athleticism and he could move pretty well. That's why he went the distance. Actually gave him a pretty good fight.
Mm-hmm. And he was faster. He was way faster. He was way faster than Zurdo. I mean, Zurdo was in slow motion.
Yeah, and also
I think he stepped it up some.
Yeah, now 175, you're competing with guys that are more around your speed level. To where at 200 pounds, he's always going to have that advantage over. So we also have to bring that up as well.
Yeah. But I mean, the guys aren't workhorses like he is. I think he saw that works. He's going to try to use it more. That blitzing style. No one punches.
That workhorse. He's a workhorse. You know,
he always has been. He's always been a workhorse, right?
Bivol fights this month, but he's fighting. I've never heard of this guy.
Michael Eifert. The last time I heard of him, he got a big win against Jean Pascal, but that was years ago. But I do believe he's the WBA regular title holder. So he's like mandatory, but he's also being used as just a tune-up. Yeah. He's an okay fighter. I mean, Germans really don't have that many good fighters, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see the video of Tim Bradley talking about the Benavidez fight? He's like, yeah, Canelo, that's why you don't want to fight him.
Oh, wow.
It's like, hey, but I thought Crawford got one of the biggest. Where's Crawford, bro?
Hey, Sobers actually brought up a good point the other day when he said, how come Benavidez didn't turn his attention towards Crawford? He beat his brother, and he also just took the biggest fight of his life away from him. I'm going to beat your ass, Crawford.
I saw some comments, addressing what you guys just mentioned, and they go like, oh, now you all want the guy to come back out of retirement. He's retired. Like, well, you can retire. It's not like that's
awesome
it.
that would have been if Benavidez was like, I'm going to beat your ass, Crawford, and then bring Gomez and I'm going to beat their ass too. It's going to be a 3-on-1 handicap.
He's retired, though. He's retired.
This is my brother. This is my little big brother.
Be, though? At what weight would you want? You'd want David to go back down to 168,
175.
Have to be 170.
Hey, Crawford, you want to be a 6-weight champion? Fight me at 175 for my.
You want to do some goat shit?
175.
You want to do some goat shit? Hey, you want to be a goat? You want to do some goat shit?
All right. You want to be like David?
Go to 175.
I don't know, man. What's that light heavyweight? You want this guy to go to light heavyweight to fight this guy?
David would probably cut the weight and go back down to 168 with no rehydration clause.
He can do it. Come on.
I think he would go down.
What is 175 from 168? 7 pounds? Benavidez just jumped 25.
I think he's young enough to go back down to 168.
Yeah, he did. You're right. You got me on that. You're right. You are right about that.
Dude, it's just Crawford would never fight.
Didn't Crawford start at fucking? Yeah, no. This guy started at lightweight, and then
also goes to the point made earlier, right? We were asking, Stevenson can become a bigger superstar than David Benavidez just because he's got bigger names. Okay, then why didn't Crawford become a bigger name after he beat Canelo? He didn't gain his fan base, and that doesn't always work that way. Just because he beat a big name, Bivol didn't become a much bigger name because he beat Canelo. It doesn't work.
Benavidez got the heritage. Benavidez got the heritage, bro.
Yeah,
you don't always become a bigger name because you beat a big name. And Stevenson, I just think his style
Benavidez will.
Stevenson doesn't have the style to become a bigger name, so that's why I do believe that Benavidez
hiding. Like, think about why did Triple G become such a big name, and there's never been his type. There's never been his background in boxing because of his style. It's all about the. If David was like a more of a boxer, I could see your point, but David's fun to watch. But last night was crazy, bro. The hand speed, dude. That's gonna be viral. He's gonna be a rock star. If he,
we gotta come down. This is one performance, guys. One performance against a big guy.
He's just displaying this kind of skills that a lot of guys don't have.
Skills, but I mean, you have skills against certain opponents. Like
you guys have to the point. Benavidez is going to be a bigger name if he has the big names or not because of his style. Steve's going to have all the names he wants. People are not name.
But
that's why I always say just because you beat big names does not mean you gain their fan base.
Yeah, but what big names did this guy Stevenson beat? What big names? Teofimo Lopez got beaten up by Camboso. I mean, come on. These are huge wins.
I mean, look at many guys that transcended the sport.
He bedoinked a smaller man for 12 rounds. This shit was garbage. Come on.
Yeah, but guys, the guys that transcend the sport are like the last time we saw, like, it was Manny Pacquiao and Triple G, and those were two heritages, two cultures that were never really big in boxing, but because of their style, they carried over. But Benavidez has that same electricity, but he also has the Mexican culture, so he's gonna be a rock star as long as they keep it going. If they got to make the fights, bro, they got to make the fights.
Well, I hope that he has that fight versus Opataya. I want to see that happen next.
I'd rather see Bivol, bro. Bivol's next, bro.
Look, if it can't happen, if you can't get Bivol or Peterviev, then he needs to get the Opataya fight. Like you said, you got to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I agree.
I would like to see Bivol though. That'd be
I know, we would all like to see it, but I mean, come on, he's already cruiserweight. He's already at cruiserweight. So why not fight this guy and then go back down?
Opataya going up to fight Usyk. So he's kind of in the same position as Benavidez, where they're like, oh, now he's got to fight Usyk. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of like in that same. But Zuffa, I don't know, man. Like I don't know why he signed with Zuffa. That's like it was a weird move.
Because they paid him, because they gave him big money. They gave him more money than he's ever made in his whole career. So of course,
but they're the threat to all the regular promoters that are now banding together, doing what we want them to do to band together.
But they're not. I don't think Opataya. They're gonna fuck us over.
Opataya went for the money,
just like Conor Ben. Conor Ben's like, oh, they gave me this giant sum of money. I'm going over there.
It's like all these guys who joined. It's like all these guys who joined PBC knowing that how the PBC operates, right? Yeah, they pay a lot of money at the beginning, and then they sit you out for like a whole year sometimes, and they still decided to stay there and say, "Oh, Heyman is the best." Blah blah blah. Look at Keith Thurman. Probably regrets how his career. Hold on, Charlo regrets. Hold on. Jermall Charlo probably regrets how his career went. Jermall, Keith Thurman.
Oh,
a lot of these guys.
That's his fault. That's his fault.
No, that's the fault of PBC. That's a PBC's fault. They couldn't get in the fight. They could not get in the fight.
He doesn't want to fight.
No,
PBC, dude, they have a contract. Look, when you sign a contract with Zuffa, they put you on a 3-fight deal for a year. You got to have those 3 fights. You're going to need a real good excuse. You're going to need a good excuse, right?
And Zuffa wants them to fight,
bro.
And sorry. And Zuffa wants them to fight because it's a real organization. Not like the PBC is like, I'm going to get my 15%. This is what Al Heyman wanted. He's 15%. That's it. We're gonna squeeze all this money out of Showtime. It was a fucking scam. You know, it was a.
But I was letting these guys fight once a year, just once.
So these guys, it's crazy to say that PBC is great and the PBC and he helped his garbage out. It's garbage.
It's all garbage.
It was a scam.
I mean, speaking of these fighters, and the fighters didn't want to work. That's just how it works.
Dude, there's so many boxers out there.
Why would they want to fight more?
Yeah,
there's so many boxers right now, dudes, that none of them fight. Like, they're all sitting on the bench. I can name so many different fighters.
Yeah, no, you cannot compare Zuffa with PBC.
Yeah, I have a question. Anyone knows about PBC contract? Is it true that by contract, you have to say thanks Al Heyman after every post-fight interview? Is that true?
Yep.
Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, that
sounds like it because they have to. They all do it. They
say thank God before they thank God.
Look, Canelo didn't hold the turkey's hand, but he did say thank you to Al Heyman after his fight.
He did.
That's true. He did say that
too, bro.
I want to thank Al Heyman.
Fighters are shady too, though, man. Like, yeah, Al Heyman is shady as fuck, but
of course
honestly, bro, like fighters are shady as fuck. Think about how many people like shit on. Look at Bud, the way he fucking shit on Top Rank after they took care of him, made him the highest paid welterweight, and they tried to make the fight. Just the PBC didn't want to have the fight, but then what does he do? He says, "Oh, they're racist." He tried to drag him through the mud. Dude, fighters are fucking crooked, bro.
Well, they're retarded.
I think he probably told him. You know what? They probably told him to get out of his contract. They probably said, get out of your contract with Bob Arum, and then we'll make the fight. And that's exactly what he did.
And at that point,
the problem is a lot of the boxers these days, they get comfortable getting the easy money doing nothing instead of like putting in the work and getting the real money. Like Pacquiao made the real money fucking taking on the challenges. They think like I don't know. A lot of these guys got brainwashed into thinking like, oh, I just fight this guy, and it's like I get paid this, and then I can do nothing for like the rest of the year.
Like multi-million, right? But he was also working like he wasn't getting paid that much. He was fighting often, and he wasn't looking for an easy. Oh, what's the easiest fight and the most lucrative one? It's like who's next? That guy? Okay, let's go.
Yep.
And he made hella money doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of like, I don't know, Crawford didn't start making the real money until he started stepping up. Like, I don't know, these guys have it backwards.
He never really stepped it up. He fought old guys, washed up Spence, and then he fought old Canelo.
I mean, that's everybody though. Everybody kills up
not everyone does that. Everyone doesn't do that. They do it.
The problem is they used to do it way earlier in their career.
To do right. We're asking watch
this guy did it at the end.
Guys, right?
He did it. He did it throughout.
Yeah, he did it the wrong way. You're supposed to fight the old guys on your way up, not fucking when you feel like you're about to go towards the end. It's like stupid.
Yeah.
They're missing out on money.
It's like look at Canelo. Canelo fought Shane Mosley when he was like 20 years old or 21.
Exactly. That's a huge. But like now.
Lost, bro.
Yeah, no, that's the point. That's the point.
Just said. That's the point. The new takes out the old, and he fought him. And these other guys, they're fighting Shane. If it was Crawford, he'd be fighting Shane Mosley at 38 years old when he's 38.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
45.
It's like backwards.
Mosley, but I will say, even though Mosley was obviously a shell of himself, he was coming off 2 fights with Mayweather and Pacquiao that were the 2 best fighters in that sport.
Yeah,
but that's the point. That's the point.
Yep.
That's the point.
So,
like he's on his way down, so he's like. He's on his way down. He's like, "Oh, this is the new guy on the come up. Fuck it."
And he fought Angulo, who had just put Lara away, right? Or he knocked him down.
No, he put him down like twice. Like
yeah. He beat up Lara, and he fought him.
He fought Trout.
21? What was it? 21, 22? He was.
Yeah.
He fought him. He fought that guy young.
Like 23. Yeah, he was like 20.
Trout was like a
he was fighting these guys young.
Fucking Trout. He fought Trout. I forgot when, but.
He was
Trout
like
ended up becoming like a PVC staple.
He was 22.
That was a fight.
Then he fought Triple G at 24, right?
Yeah, well, Canelo was supposed to fight Cotto, remember? But then Cotto lost to Trout, and then I don't think De La Hoya at first he didn't want Canelo to fight Cotto. I remember that. Remember that, guys? Hold on.
People always say De La Hoya is the same promoter that he was the fighter. He wants everyone to fight the best. Well, Canelo had to constantly tell De La Hoya, no, I want to fight Trout.
Yeah,
no, I want to fight Lara.
I was going to say.
That's what they do. Yeah, they protect them.
That's where Canelo said, no, I want Trout. And it made more sense because why would he fight Cotto after he lost, And then he fought Cotto after. So.
And then everyone was saying that, remember, Lara was going around talking shit saying, I want to fight him. Then he did better against Trout than what Canelo did. So Canelo said, fine, let's fight. And then Lara got into his face at the press conference after the Angulo fight. So he said, let's fight. And De La Hoya kept trying to put him in a different direction. I think he wanted him to fight Joshua Claudia or something.
This is what they do. They milk these guys and they bore all the fans. Like how many fucking tune-ups do you need, bro? You've had 10 in a row. Are we gonna have a real fight? But that's what you see in boxing. That's why I rather the Zuffa model where they just pair them up the right way, 50-50s.
But just look at that. No, don't do that. He finally started taking a step of he fought Trout, Mayweather, Angulo, Lara, Cotto, Kirkland. I mean, that's a really good resume just right there. And that was years ago. And then next he fights Golovkin, Chavez Jr., Saunders, Jacobs. I mean, dude's resume is amazing.
Yeah, but then
it always starts. But it started with the old guy, right? It started with the old guy.
Yeah, Shane Mosley. And that was actually on the undercard of. And do you remember what undercard that was of? Do you remember what he fought on the undercard of what fight? Do you remember?
Mosley? He fought. It was a big card. I remember.
Mayweather Cotto. Mayweather Cotto.
Okay, I was going to say Cotto. I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Canelo Mosley was undercard. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think there was if you actually watch that fight, what's his name? Manuel Stewart was one of the commentators. He says that we have a deal to have him fight Cornelius Bundrage next, but he didn't want that fight. You guys remember Cornelius Bundrage? You remember that fighter? Charlo just beat his ass.
I remember. I remember the first time I think I saw Canelo was when he laid out Baldomir. I think that's the first one. He was like 18, 19 years old.
I think the first time I saw him was against Cotto's brother.
Cotto's brother.
Yeah.
Cotto's brother
I think I saw that one, but I mean, when I really took notice of him, and he could actually punch at welterweight. He laid that guy out one punch, and then I never seen that guy get knocked out like that. He's a pretty big guy. He's built sort of like a wheelbarrow.
Canelo's going to be the last guy that they build up from 15, like the Mexican type fighters, that from 15 all the way to where age is now, and with like close to 70 fights. He's gonna have over 70 fights by the time he retires. There's not gonna be another
I just bring him up as an example because guys like Crawford come over there and they don't do jack shit to their, you know, they he never did anything.
Sorry, but
he always fought old men.
He was being docked, so that's what I heard. So it's all
it's so convenient, right?
No, he was
very convenient.
Why wasn't he an attraction? I just wonder.
I think it's because everyone knew he was ducking everyone.
Yeah, because you know people say like, oh, they docked him, but I'm like, okay, if it was actually the Crawford era, then that must mean that he has some attraction, right? Like he would allow you to give you a payday. But then everybody docked him, so everybody docked a payday. Then why wasn't he a big payday?
He's amazing.
Have you heard him on the mic? He's fucking dull as fuck.
That is true.
No, I think sometimes when you fight stars, if you do it enough times, you start. Well, if you fight enough stars, you can build yourself up. Dude. He just wasn't doing it. You know, he fought these guys. Because look, he could have fought Spence like probably what 5, 6, 7 years before he fought him. He could have fought him years before he fought him.
Four or five at least.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just milking that. And when the time was right, when he saw those guys all washed up, then it's like, I got to leave out now. And then he left, right? He made those fights. He waited.
He also only fought like once a year or maybe two. Two was like overdoing it for him. It's like, and he's fighting bumps. This is like
he's watching them all destroy each other. He's watching them all destroy themselves, and then he'll come in there at the end.
He's inactive. He's dull, and he fucking.
You guys,
he doesn't.
You sound like haters, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Well,
he's doing what Tyson Fury does. You know, just sit on the sidelines.
Yeah, because Crawford doesn't have the biggest personality, but another reason why is also he has a very economical style. He's not the most exciting to watch. Now, to us, maybe we find this style like, you know, some of us are hipsters, so we might be like, oh, look at the nuances of his style. Oh, a lot of stuff he does is very high level. But to a casual, they're not going to find that exciting. It's just that's why.
Crawford's a good fighter.
Yeah, I think what David did was far more impressive. Like the way he was slipping shots and ripping, coming back, slipping and coming right back. Crawford barely does that. Look, this guy lands one pull counter. Look. This guy landed one pull counter on Canelo in 12 rounds of boxing. David was landing about like 5 of those in a single round or more in a round.
Yeah, and against a bigger guy, and you know, as a viewer, you're looking at this guy fighting a bigger guy, so it's like you see a threat. You know, Zurdo is a threat to this guy, and so when Benavidez pulls off what he did and knocks out the bigger guy, you go like, "What?" It's more shocking, right? But when you see this guy go 12 rounds, another guy 12 rounds, pity pat, not even pity pats, like love taps and badoinks.
And
it's not impressive. It's not.
There is times where he does deliver. There is times where he does deliver good knockouts, but it's very economical and slow till you get to that. And a lot of people might have already left or turned the channel by the time that happens, right?
That too.
For Benavidez, it's action. From
he steps in on you. He steps in the fire. I mean, he's hitting the guys with some short shots, man, real short stuff. Yeah, he's doing on some of these hooks. So short that people think he's like beating the guy with elbows. It's like, bro, he can punch you. He can fight on the inside really well.
But again, going back to
winning before the fight, to be honest. I was so impressed. I was like, God damn. I really had Zurdo fucking doing the upset. I was just like, yeah, he should win. He's bigger, more experienced. I feel like he's fought better guys.
He couldn't see the optics. He just stepped on him right away. He stepped on him. He couldn't get away from him.
Okay, so Benavidez challenged himself fighting a bigger guy, and this is what I always said, that challenging word is very important. Again, some of these other guys, they don't really challenge themselves. I was having a debate with Dirk, and we were talking about Crawford, and I said, like, I don't feel like he challenged himself. He never really fought bigger guys. He never fought. He fought Canelo. I mean, that was his last fight, the Canelo fight. And to be honest, they looked like the same size. I would have liked to see Crawford against a guy with longer arms, longer reach than him, right? Oh, Postal. Yes. But what happened in that Postal fight? One of his worst performances. Right? So the only fight where he fought somebody with longer reach and who was kind of taller was Postal in a terrible performance. And that's it. You know, now if you would have fought guys like Lara or guys at 154, younger guys at 154, then that is a challenge. And if Crawford would have beaten those guys, then he would have gotten way more credit. But the problem is that
Crawford ducked Lara at middleweight. Crawford could have fought Lara at middleweight. He ducked him, even old Lara.
That's what I'm saying. So people get mad when I criticize Crawford's career or I point out these things that happen in his career that are negative, and I'm not hating. It's just the truth. We all agree on that. He could have fought this guy and he didn't. He fought once a year every year since 2020.
Man, why should he fight more than one time a year? You ain't gonna give him credit anyways.
Oh yeah, that's the last thing. That's the last card they pull. It doesn't matter if he would have done that because you would never have given. Okay, so it's like okay, let's not have a discussion.
I would have knocked out King Kong and Godzilla. You wouldn't have gave me credit anyway.
That's the last card they pulled because they don't have anything to say. What would have happened if he would have fought Boots Ennis?
Come on.
Crawford didn't even fight Virgil or Boots at 147, dude. Like
Fundora, Boots Ennis.
He's too young. He's too young for me. Too young.
No, but he tried to go on he tried to do an interview where he said they all ducked him, where he said that Fedora didn't want it.
With Underwood, Underwood was like, they ducked,
He's like, right. I believe you.
Benavidez ducked me.
They didn't want it with me either, champ.
He always
Benavidez ducked me. Yo, I wanted Benavidez. But
I was gonna fight Anthony Joshua Crawford. Do you remember? Yeah, he didn't want it with me either.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. Seems, come on.
Yeah.
It's hard being this great.
It's hard, It sucks. It sucks. Fight those guys.
What about Janabek and Bakran and also Josh Kelly? Like, didn't he avoid those guys?
Yeah.
He wouldn't come near him. He ducked the whole division. He fought Matt. He said Madrimov was the only guy. He was the best guy.
That guy with 10 fights. That guy with 10 fights, right? Yeah.
He really Bucho, he really tried to frame it as if like this was the only guy that was willing to step up and he was the best.
Yeah, right.
Like shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, so
he didn't duck fighters. He ducked divisions. Like
so wait,
divisions.
the guy with the shortest reach was able to step up. Okay, nice. I get it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Fedora didn't want it. He was scared.
Yeah, Fedora would have ate that guy up. That would have been nothing. That would maybe easiest fight of Fedor's career, possibly. It would have been pretty easy, I think. He'll just shoot right over his little. He'll shoot that shot right over his jab. Just shoot down on him. I think
you gotta get carried away.
He would bust him up.
Julio, you think Tim Tszyu can beat Spence?
Oh yeah, he's gonna destroy Spence. Did you hear Spence at the press event? The guy can't even speak.
I'm kind of going for Tim Tszyu also. I feel like
Tim Tszyu going to destroy
Spence is so much bigger though. He looks big.
Oh, dude, that is cruel. That is cruel what they're doing to that guy Spence. And Tim Tszyu was pissed at the press event. He was like, "He's a piece of shit." I think he said something like that.
But Spence still looks bigger, dude.
You guys see the running
joke? It doesn't matter. He's a bloated fish.
You guys see the joke? You have
what is
Ronnie Shields and you're probably going to lose. Well, guess who Spence's new trainer is?
Oh, no.
Oh, he's what, Ronnie Shields?
Yep. That's his new trainer. And if you listen, Ronnie Shields can barely talk as well. He sounds like, I don't know, giving them instructions.
How do they communicate with each other? They know each other's language, right? They're like,
throw the jab.
Come on, don't.
You're not listening, Earl. Yeah, you said okay, good. Okay, good.
Earl, let me tell you this one more time. That's the translator.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Ronnie Shields has not had a big win in a while. Like a lot of stuff came in the 90s and early 2000s. Ronnie Shields has not been a part of like real big victories in recent time.
Wait, whose coach is Ronnie Shields?
Spence is now training with Ronnie Shields after he left Derek James.
Oh, damn.
And I think Tim Tszyu was going to train with Pedro Diaz, but then I think now his new trainer is Jeff Finnick. So he changed two different trainers in a few month time frame, which is crazy.
I get Tim Tszyu a very good shot. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. He's gonna beat him worse than Crawford did.
I was reading some comments.
Put him knock him out clean.
Some people are saying Spence is gonna have an easy time with this guy. He's gonna. Even though he hasn't fought like in 3 years, huh? 3 fucking years.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's gonna break the guy's face. It's gonna be terrible what he does to that guy.
I'm in there with the Ferrari.
I don't know, man. This is a good fight though.
Tim Tszyu needs to try to get a Ferrari sponsorship on his trunks and give him some, give him some, what do you call it, show shop, some PTSD.
They're gonna say Crawford softened them up.
A Ferrari logo. He's gonna start thinking about the accident.
And they're gonna bring up the car accident again.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they're probably gonna build that shit up with the car accident, right? They'll bring it up to the whole build up.
You do have to bring up that Tim Tszyu has been.
Yeah.
Tim Tszyu has been stopped
for the
twice,
Crawford fight, right? They didn't really bring it up.
Tim Tszyu has been stopped twice though.
Milk.
Yeah, but look who's getting stopped by. These guys that punch like a truck. Earl Spence was a pit pat puncher. He was never a huge puncher.
And he's also fighting 154 for the first time as well.
He worked the balls real well. He would like speed bag your balls. Outside of that, he wasn't a big puncher.
He couldn't stop Mikey Garcia. That fight was he couldn't stop Mikey Garcia. That was very. I remember that fight. I was very hyped for that fight. That was very disappointing.
Yeah. Mikey was too heavy. I think Spence was like a scarecrow in there, but Mikey was like fat. He's like a little
that
balloon.
fight was terrible, man. I mean,
I know, man. I had a fight party for that one. That was a bad night.
Mikey Garcia looked so much smaller. He was like, what the fuck?
That one made me hate Mike Garcia, to be honest. After seeing that, I was just like, nah, man.
He got too bulked down. Did you see the way
I can't rock with him, bro.
He was putting weights on his wrists and punching the heavy bag and all that. And
I remember that era. He was going on Instagram posting videos of him in limousines drinking Bud Light, dude. I was like, what the fuck? It was just like.
But you guys remember in that fight, the Garcia Spence fight, at some point Spence tried to knock him out. Like he was wailing on the guy and he couldn't get him out of there.
No, it ain't even like that, Bucho. He just wanted to show y'all he can box. Y'all ain't believe
I remember that was a narrative. That was a narrative after the fight. Like, well, no, he didn't want to knock him out. He wanted to show everybody that
he needed to get in some rounds. I mean, he was rusty. Yeah.
I mean, Mikey Garcia moved up from lightweight. Like he was a lightweight coming up in weight.
No, featherweight at some point.
His peak was in 2019
at some point.
Yeah.
He was
his
like
peak was in 2019 when he fought Sean Porter. Spence's peak was when he fought Sean Porter. That was a good fight. That was like, yeah, but even then, after that, he didn't do anything. He went away for like a year.
Right?
Well, he got into a car accident the same night, I think.
You guys remember the hype thing?
He went from that guy to a car accident.
No, that fight was at Staples Center. That fight was in LA. I remember that because I live in LA. I remember that. That was a big night.
Going to go up to middleweight to beat Canelo and Golovkin. The hype for Spence was crazy. They were saying everything. He's going to knock out Canelo on the same night. Maybe he can go up to super middleweight too and win a title. I mean,
it's ridiculous. Watching that Mikey fight, like you're gonna tell me he's gonna do that? Come on.
Yeah, I think that was 2019 too.
He could even knock him down, right? He didn't even knock Mikey down once.
No,
that's crazy.
I think Mikey even countered him a couple times too.
Mikey has good defense.
They hit Mikey a lot. Yeah, he hit him a lot, and he just couldn't put a dent in him. I mean, he was wearing on him, but but I mean, I don't know.
Y'all straight capping, man.
No, that fight sucked, dude. That shit. I remember that night. That shit ruined my night. That was awful.
Who did you have winning the Spence Porter fight? Because that fight was questionable.
I had Spence winning.
I thought Porter won. I thought Porter won. I thought they robbed Porter that night too.
So many low blows.
Yeah.
Well, the Peterson fight. What was his name? Lamont Peterson. That was a fight.
Peterson.
Yeah,
is that the one where he got robbed?
I think he did. Yeah.
Good.
No, just
he was a low blow master. Earl Spence.
Yeah, remember that. They really fucked up the momentum because remember he had just beaten Kell Brook in England, and then he didn't fight for the rest of the year, and then he fought in January. He fought Lamont Peterson. But remember, remember this: he was offered Miguel Cotto's last fight, and he didn't take it. Remember that?
Oh no,
really? No, I don't remember.
He would have been fighter of the year if he would have beaten Brook that year and then beaten Cotto and retired him. He would have been the fighter of the year probably. But he didn't take the fight.
That's what I'm telling you about the PBC.
He don't want hard fights.
Probably not.
I don't think Prime Cotto would have done it. You think Prime Cotto would have broken him down?
Cotto was way better than that guy.
You think Cotto would have broken him down with those body shots?
Cotto would have destroyed that guy. And if he would have low blowed him, he would have low blowed him just back.
Come on, dude. That was a fucking show of Cotto. The show was going to be Spence when he was like 26.
That show would have beat him. The show would have beat him.
Wait, which year was that then? 2016?
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, I can't
I think it was 2015 or 2016.
Yeah, those PBC guys, they're never getting anything great. Most of them.
That's what I was saying.
No, none of them. Maybe Charlo. No, they did get Charlo to undisputed. I
thought Thurman was the best one.
Charlo to undisputed.
I thought Thurman was the best of the cream of the crop when it comes to the PBC.
Champy in the chat, thank you for your super chat. He says Benavidez has a chance to pass Michael Manitas de Piedra Carvajal as greatest fighter from Arizona. I guess so. Well, who other fighters are from Arizona? Wasn't Johnny Tapia from Arizona?
I think it's from Albuquerque.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It was from Albuquerque.
It's from New Mexico.
Oh, New Mexico. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's another guy.
I think probably
Michael Carbajal. Michael Carbajal was a beast.
Yeah, Carbajal. That's what I'm thinking of.
And I believe
his nephew actually fought
Olympic team as Ward Jones Jr. Seoul 1988 team.
Carvajal's nephew fucking fought Leo Santa Cruz actually, I think like 2 years ago.
I mean, Michael Carbajal
was in the crowd.
Gonzalez back in the 90s. That was a good fight. Him versus Gonzalez.
I think he was fighting a member of his family, Keenan Carbajal. I think that's who Leo Santa Cruz was fighting. So Marco Carbajal was there. Yep.
Well, you guys remember the Carbajal?
It was his nephew, no?
I believe so.
It was his nephew, I think.
Yep. You guys remember the Carbajal Gonzalez fight back in the 90s?
Spence fought Kell Brook and Lamont Peterson 2017 and 2018. He fought Carlos Ocampo too in 2018. I forgot about that fight.
Was it a low blow there? Was it a low blow? Was it a low blow fight? That Ocampo fight?
Yeah. That dude, they were all low blow
Yeah,
fights.
he did.
The Brook
He
one
did.
was like low blow. It was his fights were so disgusting.
Last fight was on December of 2017 because he fought Saddam Ali, and Saddam Ali got the biggest win of his career, and then he got beat up by Munguia right after. So, you guys remember?
Yeah. Salami Ali. He got caught on PEDs. Salami Ali, right?
But then that's
when
where
he fought
Munguia
Cotto, his whole back was covered in zits.
Oh, remember, that's where Munguia made his name. He just beat the shit out of Saddam Ali, and then that's when he won his first championship.
Munguia's career has been so weird.
Yep.
I mean,
what
did he take? Like 2 losses? I mean, I think he's had a good career so far.
Really? He skipped like 160 completely. He skipped 160 when he could have.
Yeah, but maybe he's too big for it. Maybe he's too big for 160.
No, he was there for years though.
But he's kind of a big guy.
For years though.
Yeah, but he was an up and comer, so they weren't giving him the fights.
He should have fucked up Andrade.
Yeah, but they weren't giving him those fights.
Andrade is never fighting again.
Yeah, he's finished. He's
Oh,
finished.
yeah.
Benavidez beat the fight out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Never fighting again.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's done.
I forgot about that.
Oh, my God.
He was trying to fight Charlo, bro. He was calling out Charlo. That's what he wanted.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he should try Muay Thai, bro. He really should.
If you want to talk about the career on
Benavidez beat the boxing gloves off of him.
If you want to hear about
I want to hear your little retarded ass Star Talk. I'll ring the little bell, okay?
And we got to listen to
He
Maldonado.
definitely fucking use elbows, bro. And you're gonna eat some similar elbows, bro. You're not even gonna see them, bro.
There's the elbows again.
So fast.
Oh yeah,
dude. Andrade's best win is
you're gonna eat forward and back elbows, bro.
Oh
You're
yeah,
gonna eat
I'm
that
terrified.
shit,
Okay,
you're gonna not get knocked out, bro.
It's going
That's
down.
cool.
July 4th.
But
July 4th.
just think about it. Andrade is a two-division champion. I think maybe 3. And his best win is what? Liam Smith or who the fuck did he fight? Liam Williams?
I think his best win is on his Moderosian. That's what I think his best win is.
Yeah, Moderosian and Liam Williams. Dude, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? This guy was a champion in what, 2-3 weight class?
His prime, he would have beat your favorite fighter's ass. So we got to remember that.
Yeah, we know that. That's just obvious. That's obvious.
Just remember this. He was from the 2008 Beijing Olympic team that only had 1 medalist, and I think you guys know who that medalist was.
It was Spence, no?
No, Deontay Wilder was the only one that medaled that year, but Andrade, the one that was this great amateur, but he didn't win shit.
In the chat, little Mike Tyson punch out. He says, "I remember Munguia fighting a guy that tried to press him, and Munguia punched a piece of that guy's lip off." I don't remember that.
That was Toriano Johnson.
Oh, yeah,
Toriano Johnson.
He fucking upper.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was during COVID.
Sorry,
yeah, and Torino Johnson was putting it on him. He was putting a lot of pressure on him in that fight. I remember. I was like, damn, he's fucking putting hands on Munguia, and then whoop, he turned it around in 1 round.
SGT Apollos in the chat says Munguia has a better career than Boo Boo. I think, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He has a better career than Crawford.
Yeah, he does.
Champion,
I'm taking that Reynoso juice, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's not. There's no evidence of that. Didn't he got cleared? He wasn't.
Oh, Derevchenko and John Ryder are better than anything Andrade has done. To be honest.
Don't put a fucking lollipop in Tuck's mouth so he can shut the fuck up. Like it's stuck on something.
Hey, did Eddie Hearn actually believe he could do something with Boo Andrade? Like, because he was. I mean, what was the objective, like the goal? You know, like
Eddie Hearn saved his life. Mucho before. Look, Eddie Hearn saved Andrade's life before Eddie Hearn got a hold of him. He was fighting in a high school, in a gym, in a blackout fight. It wasn't even televised.
Oh fuck!
That's how his career was going. Eddie Hearn, like, the depth of purity.
Too well.
Yeah, but
he was another. Andrade was like a. Andrade was like a Walmart. You know what Andrade was like? His career was like a Walmart Andre Ward. Well, Andre Ward was feuding with a big time promoter like Dan Goosen. Andrade was feuding with what? Star Boxing, Joe DeGuardia. I think Banner Promotions. I forgot the guy who ran that promotion. So he had two small promotional companies, one in Philly, one in New York. He was feuding with those guys behind the scenes, but no one knew about it because no one cared to cover it.
His big fight was supposed to be the Billy Joe Saunders fight, remember? There was a press conference and everything, and then it never happened.
Yeah.
Anyways, why are we talking about?
I think Eddie Hearn.
He's the lane, bro.
That's when Eddie Hearn was first trying to break into like the U.S. and he was just getting everybody with a fucking payday. And this when the zone first started.
You had me at Eddie Hearn.
Mucho, he tried to pull a Arizona Laura. Thought if he goes to one of Canelo's press conferences and talk shit, he'll get the fight.
Yeah.
But he got jumped off and kicked out. You know?
I'm sure it was. It was Eddie Hearn's idea. It was Eddie Hearn's idea. Hey, why don't you show up over there, right?
Payday. I know that.
And Eddie even tried to tell him after some point,
I know that.
And he thought he was going to beat his ass and his dad's ass. It was funny.
Andre was so dumb.
I'll fuck you up right now, motherfucker.
Right now, motherfucker.
That was awesome.
That was Billy Joe Saunders, man. I remember that. That was fucking. Canelo was fucking on all 10 right there. He was like, dude, get the fuck out of here. He punked that dude.
Man, and the Canelo
he did it to Doodle as well.
They were saying everything. Oh, you want to fight Usyk? Fight him, then. Fight him. Do it.
He said, I'm going to fuck you.
Yeah, fight Usyk.
I used to have the audio. What was it like? I'm going to fuck you.
I'm going to fuck you, man.
Now,
I'm going to fuck you.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Look, he did fuck him.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here.
It's my night.
This is my night. This is my night.
You think you're gonna fight me? He ended up fighting Benavidez and getting his ass kicked.
You fight with nobody.
That's hilarious.
You fight with nobody.
Just like Joe, you fight nobody. You never fight nobody. Literally nobody.
You don't fight nobody. You have no head movement, bro. Your guard is shit.
Hey, exactly.
I'm gonna
fight with nobody.
You never fight nobody. Literally.
Well, he wasn't wrong.
He's fighting the invisible man.
Yeah, boy. I'm gonna out slick you, boy.
Oh.
I'm gonna get you with that Dimitri Pirog, bro. You gonna get that Pirog treatment.
This is getting dark.
Oh, that's another guy, Dimitri Pirog, right? The What If store. He would have beaten Canelo.
I'll just need to come get K to hurt your feelings.
Beat everybody.
Again, bitch.
Pirog was a beast. I mean, that double shift on Jacobs was one of the best.
I'll just get the girl to come make you cry again.
That shift that he did against Jacobs.
O'Reilly. Auto parts.
What the hell are you thinking? O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Sorry.
All right, maybe we should end the show. We're dragging the show here. It's getting dragged. It's dragged into nowhere.
David Benavidez is going to be pound for pound #1, bro.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. He's going to fight Crawford and call it a career.
He's on the way. It's happening.
All right.
He's about to kill
Guys,
Crawford.
You better go home, all right? Night. Good night.
No, I'm here. I'm here to stay.
Good night. Okay, we got to go. It's been 3 hours. All right, thank you for being on the show, guys. Jesus, these guys they just won't leave, huh? One day. Guys, everybody in the chat, thank you for listening, for watching. Please hit the like button. It really helps us out. Check out our Patreon. We're going to be posting more. I have some off-the-air conversations that I'm going to be uploading. And I'm also working on a video. It's about Shakur Stevenson. That's all I'll say. BDA is also working on a video, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, stay tuned for our next show. Check out our Discord so you can chat with us 24/7 and know what the fuck's next. All right. So having said that, have a good night. See ya.